Yes, we are missing one person, but that's because they aren't going to be here tonight. At the end of the world, they have a new job, so they will eventually get in there. They just thought we were playing next week, not this week, so whatever. I got
Gotta
him
get some
on
money.
speed dial / text him if we need
Well,
character choices,
slash
but
I know
he
where you
just
live. Slash I know where you live.
also that, but we don't talk about that. But anyway, introducing our new player down at the bottom is Jackie Chan here.
Without.
Jackie, you're going to be playing with or without a camera today? All right,
I never play with
let's.
a camera ever.
Psh, one of these days you'll
I
get
am
used to this.
anonymous.
We'll hit you with that.
Ooh,
We'll hit you with that
anonymous.
dox.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
Jackie's joining
Y'all
our
toxic, man.
adventure, and he will introduce his character in the story. Again, I am playing our rat character.
Rat man, rat man, rat man.
I actually have his stats, or at least some of them. On
You don't have it on a
his,
piece of paper?
I do on his on here because we actually built his character here at one point, or rebuilt his character for like the third time. I also have Johnny Rico, so like I got everyone but the one we built for you currently. All right, whatever, I don't care. I'll find it later. Anyway, Ratman is going to be played as an NPC tonight, but he will be traveling with us. Again, if there's any major roleplay things, I can text him and whatnot. Otherwise, he's just kind of gonna make snide comments in the background and be our Rocket Raccoon. He is our priesty Solarian, so you know maybe we'll find him a solar crystal just to piss him off. That being the case, story, whatever, we're gonna get rolling because we're 15 minutes behind as is. Excuse me as I drink my off-brand sodas. So, we finished session as we were parking in the third stopping point for our little group. You'll notice that with the extra weight and whatnot from the two giant cylinders that the other ship is transporting, they land on one of the outer docks and will walk inside, and they tell us they are over the comms that they will meet us inside. We, on the other hand, can or don't have to land. We have plenty of fuel. We're fully repaired. All of our characters are okay. But as we get closer, there is a small transmission from the docking bay area. Maybe, perhaps. Uh, you know what? I just remember. We have an extra mechanic on our ship currently, right?
Yeah.
Because we picked him up last session. He's going to stay as an NPC, as just someone who we are transporting, kind of thing. Just because his
Do
story,
you
your
want
story.
me to work on the ship? Or
We'll get there in a second. Anyway, you get a transmission saying, "Hello! It is a character you guys recognize from the last time you were here. He was the mechanic that helped you guys set up and get everything going. This human is on his own private frequency for some reason, and he is requesting to. He heard that you guys picked up another mechanic at a previous station, and was wondering if you would do the same thing for him. This is going to be Jackie's character, so I'm going to let Jackie talk for himself as he's communicating over the comms, trying to convince us to join the crew, at least for this short journey."
hello, my name is Klaus Jacobson, and I would love to take an adventure with y'all. I'm not really doing anything on this hunk of rock that we're on, so hey, I could fix a ship. It ain't no thing. Y'all and y'all fancy talk. But you know, I'm only a human bounty hunter. I'm 25. I haven't lived much life. I'm a good 200 pounds. I'm a good 6 feet. So people shoot at me a lot. I'm not a stubby little man like these rat guys.
Uh,
What?
this is this a dating profile, or are you trying to tell us why we should hire
Yes,
you onto the
this is a
ship?
dating profile. This
Oh,
is a dating profile. This is all
okay.
automated. I don't know why are you on the server.
Let me do this.
Raj over here goes, I don't think we have any problems with new crewmates. Though we've already committed a portion of our pay to another passenger. Are you okay working for rewards as they come?
Well, I'm a bounty hunter, so sure.
Okay. Well, so I'm gonna dock the ship. RJ, do you have anything to say about this character? Or is it kind of just thumbs up, cool beans, let's go?
Do I what do I sense? I mean, do I sense anything about him? Can I do an insight check or something?
You 100% can do that. Yep. He's just talking to you over the comms system at the moment.
What kind of check would that be, Raj?
Sense motive if you want. You literally listed all the checks that would apply, actually.
I'm sorry, what?
It'd be a sense motive check. If that's what you want to do.
What?
Sense motive check.
Sense motive check. There it is, okay. I'm like, what the hell is we talking about? Sense motive check. Gotcha. Just a second. Rolling. $18.
18. Okay, so, Jackie, what is your passive wisdom? Or just, what's
Passive?
yeah, passive wisdom, so that's your modifier plus 10.
My passive wisdom is my modifier plus 10?
Yeah.
10.
10, oh, okay. What's your passive charisma? Again, same one.
Passive charisma, 12.
12. Okay, so yeah, your 18 smokes both of those stats. So it's very apparent that he has some ulterior motive, but it's not necessarily directed at you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it then.
Okay. So you get the
Everybody's
okay.
good.
Everyone's good.
Hey.
I agree. So you get the okay from the ship, right? That says pack your stuff and get ready. You fill out the appropriate paperwork with your boss while he yells at you the entire time because you've only been working at the station for a whopping 2 weeks.
Don't care. Still don't care.
Still don't care. Yeah, exactly. As you fill the appropriate things out, you step out into the landing bay just as the Ermac's Revenge parks quietly next to where you're standing. Do you enter the ship or do you wait to be let on?
I wait.
Okay. You do so. A couple minutes later, Raj pops his head out and says, well, we're waiting on you. You coming or what?
Sure.
Okay. On the inside is a pretty open ship at this point. The Ermac's Revenge, which you helped repair the last time it took some pretty serious damage, is a well-modified transport, medium-sized transport. It's got medical bays, cargo bays, escape pods, a whole bunch of sensors and armors and weapons. You, being the mechanic, are probably going to fit the engineering role because that's what you do. As the rest of us see this new member join our crew area, we will notice that dogging along behind him is a well-sized robot, probably about the size of a large canine, and in its would-be paws, kind of hanging off its front as if it had 6 limbs, is a shotgun just shoved right in there. It looks to be an arc shotgun. And it is following him around closely.
So, guys, not to be worried. This is Tony.
Tony.
He's a little.
Say that again. Sorry.
Does he know how to use that thing?
Last time I checked, he knew how to use that and more. But what do I know?
All right. Cool. Don't let it shoot us while we're sleeping. That's all I ask. You'll know this. Raj will look it over really quick, and I'm going to make a engineering check to see if I can figure out what the heck this thing is, because I've never seen a bot like it before. 14 plus pluses, which for engineering is a whopping +9, so 23. So This is a unique built robot made from some kind of custom scrappy silliness. It doesn't seem to be acting like it's following orders, though. It looks to be moving on its own or of its own free will, which would lead me to believe that it has some kind of artificial intelligence built inside of it. Which, is it good enough? Because the ship has an AI. Maybe they'll get along. At least that is my internal thought. So, you've loaded up. You move your little bit of things. We show you to your quote-unquote room, which is in a bunk with the rest of us. There is not a lot of space left with our extra passenger, but there is space.
Let's go.
Let's see. So, just as a side background story for you, Jackie, this is player knowledge, not or character knowledge, not necessarily player knowledge for everybody. But you have a bounty on the pirate ship that these guys are hunting, and you were able to figure that out the last time you were working on their ship, which is why you have volunteered to join at this point. The bounty is for the former second in command of the, oh man, what's the name of the pirate ship? Do we have a name for it? We're gonna call it the Kestrel, but that's probably not the actual name of what it's supposed to be. Someone rewatch these things and like give me notes, because these are the things I forget after after like 6 sessions. I forget these things. Anyway, the Kestrel current captain is who you were trying to gun down or capture, your choice. He has a sizable bounty on his head from before he became the now captain of the ship.
Okay.
I think the only other character that would know this would actually be Raj, but honestly, unless you ask him, he's not going to share that information. So, you load up. You assume your position and the engineering spot on the ship. The other mechanic who is currently riding with us is going to move into life science spot, which leaves our AI to either hold a gunner's position or not. Yeah, we'll see. Batman!
Alright, okay. First things first. What kind of guns y'all got on this bad boy?
So, the Ermax Revenge currently has a heavy laser cannon on the front, and a light particle beam also on the front, or I should say the forward port. Its aft port has 2 laser cannons, 2 light laser cannons, and then it has a single one, not 2. Don't mind me. A single laser cannon on the back, and then on the turret weapon slots, it has a light laser cannon and a light torpedo launcher. So what that means is the turrets have a 360 arc. They go wherever. Obviously, the light cannon in the back only shoots behind us, and then the heavy cannon and the particle beam cannon are on the front and only shoot forward. So when we're flying in space, directionality is important.
Okay. What kind of scrap do y'all have laying around?
Well, none currently. We've actually, at our last stop, we sold off all of our scrap for cash.
Okay.
We are currently escorting this ship that we've been flying with from the melter bay, is what I'm going to call it, where they refine all the metal into giant building bricks, and is taking it to the transport side of the asteroid belt, on the other side of the asteroid belt. It's a belt, so it's a big old circle, but we're going to say there's one side and the other, because that makes our life easier. Anyway, you're at Station 3 of 5, so your next coordinates is for Station 2, and then Station 1. Station 2 is 2 days away. You guys ready for rolls and see if anything crazy happens?
Can't be scared of what we don't know.
That's true. Now, before we take off, is there anything you guys want to do at this space station? Buy, sell, trade, talk to people. Our reputation here, as you'll know, is not super positive. Last time we were here, we pissed everyone off because we're like, we're going to kick your ass, and your ass, and your ass. Thanks to our Yoski.
Y'all's reputation not good.
Thanks to our Yoski, he likes to talk mad junk. Currently, the Yoski is suffering from a sore throat. He's not super sick or anything, but he's just not talking so he can save his voice for later. Something about not wanting to ruin his singing voice. So, traveling. Travel, yeah. Woo! Alright, so we make it about a day before something occurs. What occurs? Let's roll to find out. Cool. So, as you guys are flying, there is a, what's called a dust wind, which is basically a floating debris of small asteroids that is flying in front of you guys, clearing your path. So basically, it's pushing anything out of your way, which increases your travel speed by quite a bit, allowing you to finish within a day and a half instead of 2 days. You're at the next station. Congratulations, you made it to station 2. Your choices are, yeah, right. You still have plenty of fuel, all that fun stuff. You can dock, or you can continue traveling. Again, this is where you bought your cool sword. Pretty standard port at this point for the asteroid belt. You guys will notice, or you can roll to see if you see anything special about the station, or we can continue on. Your choice.
Would that be an intelligence check or a wisdom check?
So there's it'd actually be perception.
Perception's garbage, but
you could also use physical science to hop on the scanners and do a scan with the ship systems. Otherwise, you're just using your eyeballs and don't get as much information.
Well, I'm gonna do a physical science check.
Okay, so you go over to the science terminal. Excuse me, as it is lovingly called, and use a scan. Go ahead and make a roll.
Is it a D20 roll?
A D20 plus your physical science, yes.
Gotcha. So a 19 with a modifier.
With a modifier. What's the modifier?
Modifier is 5.
So total of 24? Or total?
No, it's 19. Total
Gotcha.
19.
Gotcha. Okay. So, 19 total. Still a good roll. As you scan the station, you'll notice that on the far side, it looks like one of the 2 docking ports has been blown off. And there's a considerable amount of damage done to the far side of the station. You'll also know that there are 6 patrol crafts flying around this thing. Whereas the last time you were here, there's usually like 2.
Okay, I kind of want to dock.
You can dock. You could also pull them up on the comms or anything like that.
Wouldn't that have to do with charisma?
I mean, just talking to them to gather information. Sometimes you don't have to roll for things.
True.
Sometimes it's just talking and play.
Pull up the comms.
Okay, so you hop on the comms. The Yoski looks a tad annoyed because this is usually his job, but he can't say anything right now because he got a sore throat. So go ahead.
Knowing all patrol view. Who am I talking to? Or do I just?
So you can either try hailing one of the patrol ships and talk to them individually, or you can just hail the station, and the station manager will probably answer you.
I will hail the station manager.
You do so. A familiar face, as they currently work in your previous company, pops onto the comms and says, "Hello. What's your character's name again? Sorry."
Klaus.
Hello, Klaus. What's your last name, Klaus?
Jacobson.
Okay. So she's gonna address you with your last name, Jacobson. I see you're flying in a different ship today. Is there something wrong at Station 3?
No, I've kind of taken up a new position.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad nothing crazy has happened at Station 3. We got news that Station 4 is completely abandoned, and not too long after receiving the transmission, we got hit by a massive pirate ship.
Massive pirate ship? Did you ever get a reading on it?
No, it was hiding behind a rock. The rock rolled over it, fired a shot, and then it took off. We sent fighters after it, and nothing else happened after that. So we've been on pretty high alert since that occurred yesterday, day before last.
Which way did it go?
Back into the asteroid belts between heading over to Station 3. That's why we assumed that maybe it got hit.
Okay. Anything else crazy happen while I've been gone?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen you in a whole month, but no, probably not.
Okay. Well, I'm on the case and I'm looking for somebody, but thank you.
Okay. Do you guys need to land?
Can I call Raj in here?
Raj is literally sitting right next to you.
We
So can
landing?
we upgrade the ship here at all?
Say you broke up on every other word. Say that one more time.
Can we upgrade the ship at all here or no?
So, not till we actually level up, because at the moment the ship is complete as upgraded as it can be until we as a group level up. Could
Okay.
we? Is this a place to do that? Yes, we could 100% take the time to level up the ship here. But unfortunately, the ship does not have the processing power for us to do that currently.
So I asked Raj, "Do you want to land?"
Raj says, our compatriots filled up at the last station. They should be fine to move on. Skip the next one. So we don't have to stop here unless you guys need something.
I don't really need anything. So
Do they need assistance from the attack, or they handle it okay?
There's the right question to ask. So, as you ask that, if they need assistance or whatever, they say yes. Yeah, we are in urgent need of some supplies, medical wise, and just straight materials. We've requested them from Station 1, but we haven't got any response yet.
all right, okay. So you need supplies for Station 1. Anywhere else? Anything else y'all need?
I mean, we put in the order there, so they might be ready, but again, the comms between the stations has been super wonky lately. We don't understand why.
Okay. Anything? Anything else y'all need to say?
Nope. Yosuke's quiet. Raj doesn't seem to have anything he needs to say.
All right. Thank you, and I will be back with your supplies.
You get a million thank yous before they hang up, but the transmission is over. So Raj turns to you and says, "So, not that I wouldn't do the same in your situation, but before you agree to us doing things for other people, you should probably ask the rest of us. Make sure that's okay, especially because you're new and whatnot."
Yeah, but I want to be able to get this ship because I have a feeling that it's that pirate. It's a bounty. There's a bounty on their head. A big one.
Big one. How much we talking here?
Oh, last time I checked, it was an easy 10,000.
Really? For his dumb head? Alright. I believe it.
For his dumb head. But if it's the same ship I'm thinking, it probably escalated to 20,000 maybe? Just off of this attack alone? Maybe?
Do you know who put the bounty out?
Some sort of... It was... The bounty's out on a pirate, but it was given to me by some sort of rich dude. He didn't even come. He sent a dude out to give me the bounty.
Okay.
So Elias something? I don't know.
Alright, well, either way, we gotta escort our friendly ship to Station 1. You guys ready to take off?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d12 for the other yahoos. They are not super excited to leave when we say we're taking off. They were hoping to take a break because, it's been 2 days of flying straight on their little metal ship with no rest breaks or entertainment. So they're annoyed, but they say, okay, whatever. And we start off again. Alright, so 2 days travel. We don't even make it that far away from the station.
Oh no.
Alright, so... give me a second, I gotta pull some stuff up. I forgot to do that already, sorry.
Oh, he's pulling it up.
Pulling it up. The one
He's
disadvantage
pulling.
of only having one screen is I have to do all the stat stuff on my phone. We're gonna drive there. Chip over. Perfect. Alright, so. Perfect. Yep, that's exactly what I need it to be. So. Bam. This bad boy here. I'm going to pull out the rules for space combat because y'all are going to have some space combat.
We have just hit combat. Dope.
Okay. On the appropriate page. Okay. For anyone who cares, space combat stuff is on 8:30 for orientation and whatnot. Space combat is on 3:16, which explains all your fun stuff if you have your own book with you. If you're not, whatever, I'll get to it when I get to it. But I got it.
So where they at?
So, before combat starts, it's all good. You guys get to pick your roles that you were doing as we were piloting. So, the 5 roles that can be taken are pilot, gunner, engineer, captain, and science officer. Now, for our ship, we have 3 gunner roles because we have the forward guns, the turrets, and the aft guns. They are all in the same chair, so you can switch between spots if necessary, but the more people on guns are the more shots we could take during combat. Engineer, we can have as many engineers as we want. Same thing with science officers. But there can only be one captain and there can only be one pilot. I am being the pilot because that's what my job. I fly the ship. Don't crash the ship. Yada yada. Let me enlarge my sliders really quick. So it just sees me and only me. Let's see what else. So, pilot is out of there, but the other 3 spots, you guys can all take those positions, and we have our friendly AI and our NPC who is also traveling with us. What spot are you guys going to jump into to start this combat? Now, as a reminder, on your quote-unquote turn, you're a gunner, got it. On your turn, you can switch positions if you need to.
Okay.
So
what does an engineer do?
Engineer, you work with your ship's power core and engines to achieve maximum efficiency. You grant extra power in times of need and divert power to vital systems as necessary. You can also repair damaged systems. A starship can have any number of engineers, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway. Yeah. So, the stages of combat, right, are engineering, which is, if you're being engineer, is important, and then helm, which is flying, and then gunning. So you fix your ship, move your ship, shoot other ships. But the enemies
be a gunner.
So you're not gonna take engineering is super important.
No, I'll take engineering then. I thought we already had one, but sure, I'll take engineering.
So you can have as many gunners as you want. So the difference between gunners, right, is you guys get to pick what section you're firing. So are you firing the turrets? Are you firing the forward or aft guns? So on and so forth. You guys can pick whichever position you want, but once you burn that position, it can't be used anymore that round. Alright, so we got a gunner. Our handy dandy AI is going to jump into the science officer position. And the Yoski is going to take the captain's position. Not that he can really speak and give motivating speeches, but he's going to do his best. And that leaves our other mechanic as an engineer, so I'm just going to roll a d20 for him and add a plus 3 because he's an actual trained
I thought I was going to be the engineer.
Well, you can have more than one, and we might need him. Alright, before we start though, I gotta take a 2-second break to go use the restroom and grab ship tokens.
Here we go.
guys.
Buenos dias.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, hey, I gotta remember to put on my wizard's hat for info tops.
You wizard hat on.
Wizard hat, baby! Alright, let's get this set up so it looks fine. Get it out the way. Let's use the things here. I'll rotate that just a little bit. How's that? That's not terrible. You can see most of the stuff. I really need to clean up that corner, but that's neither here nor there. So I got so many models to use, so I'm going to use them. Now obviously these models are Star Wars models, they're not Starfinder models. So they won't 100% work for the ship sizes we're doing. But they're bright enough.
We got this in the bag, though.
1, 2, 3. So half of the patrol ships are going to be flying along with you guys. They are flying not super far behind, because another big shot just hit the other landing bay behind you guys. This little
Basically, the place we just left got glassed.
Just got smashed. Yep. That's going to be your guys' little buddy. You guys want to be upside down Wookiee gunship? How's that sound? That's you guys. I'm gonna flip all these guys on their head just because it fits better for whatever reason. Let's see what else we got. This little thing right here is actually a much bigger ship. Again, we're just using that to simulate that that's a large ship, because the hexes obviously are just for movement and whatnot and are more for referencing directionality and whatnot than they are actual size of ships and things.
Okay.
And then it is being escorted by 2 other large ships.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna be nice and throw a couple more patrol ships on you guys' side for things.
So we're a medium class and there's 2 light patroller ships?
So I will give descriptions really quick. So you got your guys' buddy, which is whatever. There's you guys, so I'm gonna put you over here. All 6 of the Allied patrol craft are out and about, heading their way. This little dude is a different color, so he's getting out. The 2 long, heavy cannon-looking things, which are, B-wings, but whatever. Those bad boys look to be I think I'm actually going to switch this. So this is going to be a big bad guy. This is going to be a side ship that's helping it. And I have 2 of them. So I can do it like this. Bam, bam. There's your 2. It's 2 patrol ships that are flying with it. Both of its patrol ships are Adirian Kyrsies, which are tiny fighters. So they're super small. But they are super BA. The ships that are flying with you guys are... come back. Sorry. I get all the figurines out. The ships that are flying with you guys are all... where are you at? Nope. are all KC K-50 Skyfishers. So they're a relatively small, singular, tiny pilot interceptor. So basically gunships, big old, as a reminder what this thing is, it is a multi-fold G7 auto hauler, except for it's actually just a hauler. It's not auto hauler because it's actually piloted by real people. And the big ship, big bad orange ship right here, is an Iberian Thunderbolt.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, currently, you and your friends are tier 3s. All these guys are tier halves. The ships you are flying against are a tier 6 and 2 tier 2s. So, you are have a slightly better chance to fight them off because of your total, shall we say. These guys are all in a flying formation. But do not expect to make it out of here unscathed. Alright, so, first things first, engineering.
Gotcha.
Maximize power. Come on, get us up, dude.
So, engineers on their turn can do a couple things. Let's see, those are alt skills, so I gotta find it. So, captain actions, which can be held at any time, technically. Something's being loud. And then...
What can I do?
I'm looking, sorry. It's in here.
Get me in there, Chief. I got this.
I'm trying. Okay, so you can divert power. You can hold it together. You can patch, which you don't need to because we're fully healed currently. You can overpower and quick fix. So do you have at least 6 ranks in engineering?
Yes.
Oh, hey, okay. No, so ranks.
6 ranks in?
Ranks, not total.
I got 3 ranks of engineering.
Okay, so no, you can't do that then. Let's see.
What can I not do?
So you cannot overpower, but you can divert, right? So you divert auxiliary power to your ship systems, giving it a boost. This requires a successful engineering check, which will be a DC of 10 plus half your a DC 12 check. Go ahead and make your roll.
Roll time. What's 8 plus 6?
8 plus 6 is 14.
Okay.
So
I rolled an 8 plus the 6, 14.
Alright, so with a 14 you pass. So you get to choose that you can increase the ship's total speed by 2 this round. You could go to the science equipment, which gives them a +2 bonus to their rolls. You can go to the weapons, which makes sure it raises our minimum damage that we do. So it goes from only doing a 1 if we roll 1 to a 2 if we roll 1. And then if you put in the shields, you restore an amount of shields equal to 5% the PCU, which you don't need to worry about currently. So, where do you want this extra power to go?
Well, we're full health, right? Maxed out shields, or we have no shields?
Maxed out shields currently.
How close do we have to be to get our guns to do damage?
It depends on which gun we are firing. So, our light laser cannons are... Oh, man, what are they? Close range, if I remember correctly. Which means they have to be within 6. Our light plasma beam is within 10. And then our torpedoes are within 12.
Okay, so I'll put that into... Dagger, how you feeling? Should I put it into movement or should I put it into damage?
Also for context, let me go over here. Our ship's base speed as of now is 10.
10. We can move up to 10?
Yep, 10 squares. Now, as you're flying around the ship, like if we turn at all or want to turn to the side, it takes us like 2 or 3 because we have moderate turning, so we have to go 3, and then we can kind of turn that direction kind of thing.
Okay. I'll divert it to the engine so it go fast.
Okay, so you're giving us a +2 to our engine rating, so we can move 12 things this round on our movement. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Captain's going to take his turn, and he is going to encourage us. So he can do that at any phase. Roll his dice here. +2 bonus to your check. He rolled a 19. Holy cow, Captain. Good job. So, grant a +2 bonus to the check required by a crew action if you succeed. Turn to league. Got that. Can't encourage yourself. Alright, so, he gets to give a +2 check to anyone that needs to make a check in the near future. He's going to give that to our gunner, so our gunner has a better chance to hit. And then, science officer. Alright, can't do that, can't do that. She could do that. Okay, so now it is all the other ships' engineering phases. Our big bad ship gets a +10 to theirs. Their engineering thing is going to divert also to their weapons so they can go slightly faster. Sorry, to their engines so they can go slightly faster. And then all the fighters here, they are all single pilot stuff. So, as per my understanding of the rules, when you're a single pilot, your movement speed basically makes up the other stuff. So you can do an engineering check or something along those lines, but then you can't shoot later. So they're all gonna wait till the shooting round to do other stuff. Next up is the helm or the enemies. Big ship does stuff, succeeds. I'm not gonna tell you what they did. Same thing with the other two ships. That one fails. And that one, okay, they didn't do jack diddly. Their engineers are trashed here. Oh, sorry, wait, they're small fighters too, so they have the same rules as these guys, so they're saving their action. Doesn't matter though. Anyway, Helm Phase, which is movement. So to figure out who goes first on the Helm Phase. Sorry, I know it's super boring, but that's what it is. Is Helms piloting check. Pilot with the lowest results must lose his starship first, followed by the next low, so on and so forth. So everyone gets to do a thing. So this is where we're rolling initiatives. For simplicity's sake, because there are so many ships on the board currently, all the single-man fighters are all going to roll only one time, and that'll be their initiative for the rest of the thing. So, starting from our friend, then us, then all the little ships, and then the enemy ship. We'll see how the initiative goes. So, okay. Alright. Ooh, you going way last. Alright, bad guys. Wow. Okay. Alright. Big bad enemy. Yeah, they rolled a critical, so they're going first this round for sure. Or they move last, shoot first. The order other than that goes this guy. Actually, sorry, he's last, so it's this guy. Boop, boop, boop. These two go on the same turn. These two go on the same turn. Then it's us, our ally, because we both rolled like crap this round. And then, or better, I should say. And this guy. So, that being said, now we get to move. These guys' little movement is a lot. So, pull up their stats really quick. They have, oh hey, come back. I did not need to be in the tier 17 ships. Highest we're going right now is 6, baby. Alright, so the little ones have a whopping speed of 11. So they can zip around 11, and they have what is it, average turning? They have perfect maneuverability, which means they can turn on a dime. They don't have to move at all to change their direction. So, again, starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, this guy's first. So, he'll move. Yada, 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 yada. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to have him face this way. And that's his turn. And then this guy. Okay, that works out really well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, we're just going to stop it at 9 and then rotate this direction. And then it was this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rotate this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he's just gonna whoop, surprise! This guy's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stop there. Actually, he's gotta get closer. 6, 7, there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I think they have a speed of 11 as well. Look. And of course, that's the one that's not loading. Oh, they only have a speed of 8, and they have a good maneuvering ability, which means it takes them 2 squares to turn. Well, they move more than 2, so it's fine. But anyway, he was here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he didn't even get a good shot. He just puts off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can just whoop like that because you move more than 2. So just as a general concept, when you're flipping your ship around, you have to like angle it first to get the corners and whatnot. But since it's just a straight flip around, he did a straight line. Basically, he went to 6 and then flew 2 before he turned. Even though it didn't really look that way. Oh, sweet. This guy has a pilot and a gunner. Anyway, pew 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 pew. Our friends, and then us, and then the bad guys. So our friends are gonna sit right where they're at. They're not gonna move. They're standing still. They are doing a nothing. They do nothing. That's it. Our turn. We're gonna take a. That's a real question. Do we want to go for the big ship, or do we want to take care of the small ships first? This is a would-be captain question, but he's not here, so I'll take your guys' opinions.
Can the little shirts hurt us very much while we're taking out the big ones?
Oh yeah. They're slightly lower tier than us, but they are thick boys. Take care of the little ones. Alright, so we have average maneuverability, which means we have to move 2 before we can turn. So 1, 2. Right? Yeah. 1 forward, then turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then as a piloting maneuver that I get to do for my action, is I am actually going to slide us, because we're at 10 here, right? 1, 2, this way. And we can move up to our speed that way. Just repositions us slightly. I think that'll get both of them in our firing arcs. And to do the slide, I think I have to make a roll. Slide, yep, okay. So this is, before I technically moved, I'm making this check. I rolled a 19, plus my pluses. We Gucci. The ship good. Your boy good. Okay, and then our science officer is going to take a turn which is our handy dandy computer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I also forgot to roll for our other engineer, who can also divert, just like you did. Except for he failed, so it didn't matter. What do we need? Oh, science office. Here we go. We don't need to balance. That's fine. So she's gonna do a scan, and she's gonna scan one of the. Ooh, actually, there's 3, so I'm gonna make a roll for it. D6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. All right. So you're scanning the big ship, hopefully. Are within range? Yes, we're within range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I think our scanners. We have something special about our scanners. Oh, sweet. So we have long range scanners and their budget, so we're good to go. It just means they take a -1 to the roll, but I already count that in there because the robot only gets a +2 anyway. But she gets a +2 from. No, never mind. No, she didn't, because we didn't encourage her. She rolled like trash tier anyway, so the scan fails. It's countered by the enemy ship's countermeasures. Okay, after that, all that actions, gunning should be next. Oh, sorry, the big ship. I don't think it's going to move because it has the most shots currently. Here we go. Wow, it's faster than we are. Or with our boost, it is faster than we are. That's so crazy. Because it's technically a small shuttle.
No way. No way it's faster than us. I think it's huge.
It's really not. It's actually smaller than we are. Technically, it has room for. One, 2, 3, 4. It says somewhere in here. I'm looking old.
Yeah, it's good.
Wow, so allegedly this only holds 4 people in it. But I'm telling you now, it's a badass. But anyway, it's technically a small shuttle. It's smaller than our ship. Anyway. Where is it? Sorry, I'm looking for the guns on this other thing. Oh, yeah, it's just gonna voopy-doop straight. So it's gonna slide 1 and then voopy-doop forward. So I'm gonna check it, see if it can do the slide. It can do the slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and smashes into this ship right here.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't that much damage, actually. 2d4. Wow. Wow. Alright, 5 whole points of damage as it smashes into that ship. Causing it to go through this ship's would-be shields. Which, if we scroll back to the beginning, is a whopping... Oh, man, it just missed its first critical point. But, yeah, no shields on it. It's definitely taking actual damage. The enemy ship takes none, because it's got an actual ram attached to it. It says it's decorative, but, that's not how these pirates play the game, apparently. Okay, pew-pewing, which we jump right back to the enemy ship. It's their turn. They're within range 1. And unlike, every other game, you don't necessarily have to worry about being within range 1 of the ships where you're shooting. I don't understand why this is I guess it doesn't really have that big of damage. Okay, so I'm gonna modify the ship because story reasons. It has a different gun. Instead of the regular laser cannon that it has on the front, oh sorry, it's a laser net. Anyway, it's gonna hit this ship with the laser net. Maybe roll to hit, critical. So it takes 4d6 worth of damage. 4d6, just to clarify. 10, 14. It takes 14 points of damage, which puts it in. It already took 5, so 19. It takes 3 critical hits for its system. So I'm going to roll 3 separate times for its crits, and it gains an extra crit because it took a crit from the ship. So it takes 4 crits. Okay, that's not good. 45, 37, 5, which is its life support, and 40. Alright, so our friendly ship here is looking rough. Basically, that one barrage, and it's pretty much donezo. It's got less than a third of its hit points left. We're right at a third of its hit points left. Shields are down because it got rammed and is getting shot at point blank range. So, bye. It does have shields, it does have other stuff, but it won't matter for this. So that was one other shot. Excuse me, sorry. I think that's all they can do. They only have that one. That's crazy. Again, I'm adding an extra weapon onto this ship. It's a forward high proton cannon like we have. So it's a range of 8.
I'll ask you to start cutting those out tonight.
Just the circles. Why not?
But they only have one gunner, so they can either fire the net or the particle beam. And they fired the net.
Makes sense.
Because they did all the other checks. Alright, that's the big guy's turn. Now it's our turn, and then it's our friend's turn, who are literally going to just avoid getting shot at. So, gunners. What we doing?
Well, our gunner just left.
Of course he leaves right before we're doing stuff.
Oh, he's back.
There he is.
I was
Big gun bouncers.
Alright, gunner. The weapons that you could use are the light torpedo cannon, the light particle beam, the heavy laser cannon. Oh no, that's stored. Never mind.
He's like right in front of us. He's right in front of us.
The heavy laser cannon isn't attached currently, so it's just a light particle beam.
What?
The light laser cannon on the butt, which you can't shoot because there's no one behind us, or the torpedo launcher, or the laser cannon on the top. Can't fire that too.
Didn't reattach the heavy laser cannon?
Not yet. It's in our storage bay.
we have to level up to use it. So is there a little guy to shoot in front of us?
Yes.
It's a bag.
Yeah, directly in front.
This one right here, directly sideways. We're definitely not flanking him, but we're shooting through his side. And also, he's a interceptor, so he doesn't actually have side shields.
Yeah, so we should blast him with the what does more damage, the torpedoes or the cannon?
That's a good question, actually. So, if I look at my handy dandy book of rules.
A handy dandy map.
Sorry, give me a second. The enemies have all their stuff written down. The DM does not. Okay, so cannons, weapons, here we are. Light torpedo launcher. No, it's plasma. Light plasma torpedo. Very easy. Sorry.
Holy crap.
Light torpedo launcher has a range of 16, does 2d8. And then the light laser cannon is 2d4. Light particle beam is medium range. So that means it does whatever. Don't know me. 3d6. So it is slightly better than the torpedo launcher. The torpedo launcher just has better range.
Okay, well, we don't really need to worry about the range right now. We can just blast them, right?
Correct. So it's 2d8 or 3d6.
Let's go 3d8.
All right, roll
So
the hit. You do have a +2 to your 2 hit, thanks to the encouragement of the captain. You get to shoot it. Don't miss.
22, so critical +2.
Yeah, you got him. So that means you actually roll 6d6.
Okay.
Ooh.
And they get an extra critical.
Suicide this plan.
Just so y'all know, Starfinder flying in space combat is not well written.
I can tell.
Better than some systems, but definitely not the best.
66 damage. Yo, and he has no shield on the side. Wouldn't it be funny if the big ship hit a critical fan?
I 100% lied. They definitely have shields. Apparently they're a tiny fighter, not an interceptor, so they do have shields on the side. But doesn't matter. You're still shooting on the side.
Come on, man. If he had no shields on the side, we could have just punched through him like a freaking wad of buckshot.
It's true.
Well, I'm doing 6d6, Rod.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's from the 20. It's not. Hold on a second. There we go. That's better. I'm like, how am I getting 16? That's impossible. There we go. Start over.
By the way, that ship that took all those criticals took
Mm-hmm.
3 of its It's got wrecked weapon systems. Its weapons array is wrecked.
The 20, 24, 20. It rolled 24, Rod.
24.
Yes, 24 for 66.
Wow. Were any of those ones?
Nope.
Darn it. Okay. Well, I mean, whatever. That means you almost completely aced one of its side shields. The critical still goes through because you rolled a critical, but you didn't go through any of its critical barriers. But if you had, it would be having a really bad day currently. So do that again next round. Alright. 30. Alright, its weapons array is goofed. Glitched. It's taken a -2 to its... -2. So I'm glitched. Yep, -2 penalty currently. But our friendly ship that's right in front of it that got rammed and all that, its weapon systems are gone. They're wrecked. They gotta repair it to even do anything. Now it's our friend's turn in the corner.
They do nothing, probably.
So the thing is, they don't have big fighty guns. Just kidding. They have a light plasma cannon. They definitely can do things. Except for they didn't move. So if we look in their port forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No enemies are within 5 of where they're facing currently. So they do nothing. Again, they are a defensive ship for the most part. All right. Now for all the fun stuff. So this ship and this ship get to go at the exact same time. So we're going to do some pew-pews. Once I find the thing here. They are shooting at the front. They're using particle beams, because why not? So he's hitting that guy right there. I guess technically he could also hit the wounded ship, but he'd have to go through the wounded ship's shields. Yeah, we're gonna do that anyway because that makes way more sense. So he's gonna hit the wounded ship and get it out the way for its friend. Maybe, perhaps. Plus 8. Oh, 25. Yeah, got him. So let's scroll back down to our Fisher here. Fisher, yep, he takes all that. So the light particle beam does a whopping. Maybe, perhaps. It does nothing because the DM can't find it because it keeps turning off for some reason. Anyway. 3d6.
3D6.
Where's my Rolodex? That's what I'm having issues with over here. So I don't have enough space for things. Anyway, it's fine. Oh, 13 points of damage. He does technically have shields, I think, because he's shooting him in the back. So maybe the shield saved his life. Let's find out. Nope, not even close. So he has a aft shield of 1. So 1 point of damage is stopped, and then the rest of it goes through. So that's 12 more points of damage, bringing him to a total of 31.
Who's your daddy?
Yeah. Okay.
Blast.
We got blasted. Alright, so this guy here is going to take his shots, because they're technically on the same turn. All he's got is a light cannon or a torpedo launcher. Wow, they have a range of 20 with this thing. That's ridiculous, but it has to be in front of them. Yeah, they have a range of 20, but it's got to be in the front arc. So, he's 3 away. So he's going to fire that thing. And it is using a plus 3. Oh man, plus 3. Let's look at the ship it's firing at defensive points really quick. Target target lock is 25. He critically fails. Ah! So you see him go, and its launcher doesn't even get out the front, and there's some kind of malfunction. There's a large quote unquote explosion that occurs just in front of the ship. It does. Right here. 2d8.
Oh,
Yeah, our friends are dumb. Sorry.
wait, that was our friend, not like our enemy?
Yeah, it was the friend that just shot themselves in the face. 7 points of damage. Destroys his front shields and does a little bit of damage to himself, but that's all that happens. Alright, next is this enemy and our ally way over here. So, enemy goes first, just because they can. Gives us a whopping 12. Well, we're in luck. It can't shoot anyone because it is in this thing here, and it is facing technically, I guess, this direction because they got to be in one of the 6 axes, or this direction. We'll make it this direction because it's closer. Whatever. Anyway, there's no one but its friendly in front of it. It was expecting one of the yahoos to fly over here and whatever, but they whooped him. He can shoot out the back though. And fire a laser net, and he can hit either one of those guys. So we're going to shoot the dude that just blew himself up with a laser net, because the dude's within 5. So, laser net is shot. Ooh, critical.
What?
Wow. Alright, well, that's 4d6. That dude has no shields. Woo. Oh my god. 21 points of damage. Yeah, that dude's got like 4 criticals at this point. Let me roll them out. Okay. Not super important. Not important whatsoever. Not important whatsoever, except for now it's 2 of them. And then a 13, which is kind of important. Okay, that dude's got like 2 health currently. He took 21 and did... what? 7 minus 3, 4... So he's got 5 hit points left. He's goofed up. Alright, now this guy on the backside. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he has to fire missiles because that's the only thing that he has range for. I think, let's look to make sure. Torpedo launcher, yep. 20 squares. Not even close. Misses terribly. Doesn't, defensive locking on. Misses. Alright, next is... that other one. Alright, so the other 3 allies. This dude has a shot and can use his guns. This dude, again, was facing here, so he doesn't have anything. So he's useless. So this guy can shoot him with his close guns, and that's about it. He's using his light laser cannons because he's within 5 and has slightly better shooting with them. If I could roll... Okay, 11 plus 3 is 14. 14 does not hit the ship's AC, so he pew-pews and misses terribly. And that's it, boys. Alright, so... we cry a little bit. So, in the interest of time, I'm going to ask you guys, do you want to keep the same initiatives, or do you want to roll at the start of each round, or, I mean, the start of each Helm round? Because that took forever with 4 billion ships. And if we don't have to roll initiatives... Say what?
I don't know what you're asking.
So, on the Helm's turn, right, you're supposed to roll for initiative basically every single round. And it basically just accounts for pilot skill and whatnot. Or, we don't worry about rolling and just keep the same initiatives and go from there.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. So, if we keep the same initiatives, that means we start with the guy that blew up. He's dead. Moving on. Engineering rounds first, though. So, since we can, you guys, do you want to use an engineering round, or do you want to save your turn for shooty, rude, and tooty? We haven't taken any damage yet, so.
Yeah, I'll save.
Okay. So if we get a chance to, whatever. The other engineer is going to make an engineering check to do a divert again to the guns. He rolled 15 plus pluses, which is good enough. He diverts powers to the weapons. Captain's going to take his turn now and also encourage. This time he's going to encourage the AI, because the AI is just trash tier unhelpful at the moment. With his charisma bonuses, which are trash tier. We should not let the Yoski be captain. He does not do the talking very well. He grumbles something, and it's not very helpful. Enemy engineer, friendly engineer, 13... Makes it barely. Wow, man, good thing they got like a plus 10. So they get a thing. They're going to boost their speed. What else we got? Those guys aren't doing anything. Big enemy ship is going to use an engineer action. Actually, they're going to do a captain action and do a taunt against us. That's probably not going to work.
You will fight in your general direction.
So we get a hail from a thing. And what they say is, you guys are lame and we don't like you. You're going to die. Pay us $500. So, taunt. Here we go. You can use this communication system to broadcast a taunting message to the enemy vessel. You select the enemy vessel, phase of combat, whatever. They attempt to bluff or initiate the enemy starships, which they rolled a 3 plus their pluses. Doesn't actually hit our ship. If I remember correctly. Let me check and make sure, but I'm pretty sure they're technical pilot level on the big bad boy. It's not going to hit us. Maybe. Okay. So. Oh, never mind. They have a plus 13. So, yes, we get hit by the taunt. Each enemy character during the selected phase takes a negative 2 penalties to all check for 1d4 rounds. Okay, so since they did it in the engineering phase, it'll only affect our engineers for 3 rounds. So the next 3 rounds, all you engineers and people that are doing stuff during the engineering phase take a negative penalty to your stuff. Sorry. We aren't using a push action because no one's strong enough to do that yet. Alright, and then taunt cannot be used against that share ship again for the same combat. So they got their one, you guys suck. You guys kind of feel bad about it. That's about it. Alright, next up is a Helm action. I'm going to start before we move. Let our android take her role for scanning. She's going to scan the ship here. She rolled a 3. Wow. I'm rolling 3s or 20s. All those dice is rolling tonight, I swear. Yeah, she failed terribly. Let's sit down. Okay, now it's my turn. So if we go to our handy-dandy piloting skills, I am going to do a flyby. Right, the ship moves as normal, but can go through 1 hex occupied by an enemy starship without provoking a free attack. During the following gunnery phase, you can select 1 arc of your ship's weapons to fire at the enemy vessel as if the vessel were in close range, treated as Hex 1, against any quadrant of the enemy ship. To perform this stunt, you must succeed on a piloting check, yada 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 yada. So, is this going to be a bad idea? Yes, but I'm going to try it anyway. If I can find
Hopefully it works out.
the dice I need, I'm going to use my dice because it's me rolling the check. Hey, 13 plus pluses, 27. We're good. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 flying through. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're just gonna flip around like crazy. So we entered the enemy's square of influence and left the enemy's square of influence, which means they get a free pew pew as we're flying by, kind of like they did with this one. So they're gonna fire their light laser cannon at us, and they're gonna critically fail. Suck it, noobs. So what that means for them is they pew 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 pew. They miss terribly.
Do they
And their
even
gun
hit?
blows up and destroys their.
I'm actually just gonna treat it like they just got hit with a critical, and their guns are gonna be their weapons array is gonna be glitched, which means they take a -2 penalty to all their pew pews. But there's us.
Let's go.
Okay, but 10 seconds.
1s, 3s, and 20s. How are you rolling tonight?
Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna finish our movement there, even though we definitely did that wrong because we need to move all these other ships first. It's us and then the big ship to go last. I had it backwards in my head. Anyway, regardless, ally ship move. This ally ship moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eternity turn. 1, 2, 3. Slidey slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flippity flops. He's doing a flyby, so I'm going to see if he can do that. He fails terribly. So this dude, so that shot that went off was actually on him, not on us. So I'm gonna yada yada our way back here, so we can actually move on our turn like we're supposed to. So we were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Perfect. So they've all moved. These guys need to move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rotate, and they're just going to put their guns right next to them. They're not one square away, but they're close enough. And then these guys are going to hold their action because they're in a good spot and not fly anywhere. So they just kill their engines, no biggie there. And then we get to move, or sorry, then our allies get to move, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and rotate. And then they're going to go 1, 2, and that's their entire movement. They have bad rotation, so they can't even turn without moving 4 in one direction before they turn. Us and then the big guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flyby, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll just be right in this guy's rear arc, which is unfortunate because we really want to be. Or we shoot him before this side. I want to say we want to be on that side. So if we actually were heal 6, 7, 8, 9. We're gonna go here because we do have a butt gun if we need to use it. But since this guy's got a weak side, we're gonna keep picking on that. All right, and then our big bad enemy ship is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then flip around. That's all he's got to do. Okay, there's our setup. Now we get to shoot. The big guy gets to go first. There was no one for him to ram, so he didn't ram anybody. Which means he's got a big old 2 cannons to fire off. So he's got medium range on 1, which means he has. Oh god. Excuse me. Sorry. Damage. That's this. Ranger back, here we go. Anyway, sorry. Again, I forgot what the ranges were for spaceships because they're slightly different. I want to say it's 4, 8, and 12 for ranges. Yeah. For the how far ranges are. I'm gonna find it out really quick and make sure though. Range, here we go. So short is 5, medium is 10, and long is 20. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So yeah, 10 for medium range. So this dude firing the heavy particle cannon is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect straight line shot against this guy. He fires away. 16 plus is hits. That's 3d6 worth of damage. No criticals this time. And he's hitting this dude's forward shields of 3. So let's see if that helps him at all. I didn't roll great. Total of 10, so he takes 7 points of damage, which is enough for his first critical threshold. So dude takes a whopping 79. Alright. He'll be fine. That's just like engines. You got negative stuff to his engines. No one else is in range for his other weapons that he has. Right, because he got the other weapons. The ram, which you have to run into, and then the laser net is on the turret, so it can fire in 360 arc, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So no one's in the laser arc range, which is good. Next is us. It's our turn. Gunner, you have a turret that you can use to shoot at this guy. You have a back gun that you can use to shoot at literally no one, unfortunately. And then you have the torpedoes, and you have the forward gun.
So is the guy with poke on last time still in range and
He's
available to be hit?
right there, right in front of us. He's got
Let's hit him
one.
again with the.
Okay, roll to hit. He's only got one shield, so. I just want to say this Thunderbolt looks way bigger than its stat gives it credit for.
16, Roger.
16 total?
Yes.
I do believe that hits, actually. No, 16 misses barely.
Man.
Engineer, who held his turn, would you like to operate one of the gunner slots?
Sure.
Okay, what would you like to shoot? So you can't use the forward gun because that's already been fired. You do have an F gun
I want to use.
or the torpedo
I want
launcher.
to use the torpedo.
Okay. It's everyone's within range, so you could shoot at this guy and PP right there, or you
The
could.
guy right in front of us.
Okay, roll to hit. And since it's a torpedo, you can actually target the weak side instead of just shooting him in the butt.
Weak side 19. No pluses.
19 no pluses. So total of 19. 19 hits. Right, because its target lock is 17. Yeah, you're good to go. Roll damage, and damage on the torpedoes is 2d8.
A 5 and a 2.
Okay, total is 7. So you hit. It goes through. You do some damage to the actual ship. You just barely miss the first critical threshold.
Alright, that sucks.
That does suck. But you've done some actual damage to him, and one quadrant is completely gone. Means either going to have to balance his shields or go from there. They've got pretty good shields. Alright, next. Oh, sorry. I guess that's on me. My bad. Is our allies over here? I don't think they actually have anyone in range for their weapons. Because they got forward plasma cannons, starboard port. Yeah, so actually, if we're firing from the port here, technically aiming this way, that means 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, just short. Way out of range there, and then they can shoot our friends. Alright, so they're useless. Buddies, they all have torpedoes, and they're going to fire at the big ship. I'm just going to roll them all at the same time, and then I'll do the enemies because that makes my life easier. Alright, miss terribly. That might hit. 17 hits. Got him. So they're torpedoes. Let's see what they do. I was not expecting that. Alright, cool. So this dude right in front takes it. Now they do have to be in the forward port, but I think everyone except for this guy and this guy have forward port shots. So these 3 all get to roll. The first guy missed terribly. Right, because if we're facing this way. No, okay, so never mind. I take that back. They could all get got. This guy's right here though. He gonna get got. But he missed, so he shoots. He shoots that guy. 2d8. Where's my other d8? Someone's excited. Total of 10 points of damage. Okay, that's something. Some of its shields are gone. Next guy. Roll the hits. Misses terribly. Other guy, same thing. That one hits. Again, front section. 13 points of damage. That dude's barely got any shields left, and that guy can't shoot. So, actually, I take that back. He can shoot this guy that we've already hit from the quadrant that we've already destroyed. So here comes a torpedo down Torpedo Alley from downtown. Hit him by 1. I'll take it.
That'll look pretty.
A whopping 3 points of damage, boys. But you know what? That puts him over his first critical barrier, or critical threshold. He takes a critical, which does in the 95 zone. So nothing terrible. No, that's real terrible. That's a powerful. Oh, I've been doing those backwards. Whoopsie. If he does that 2 more times, they're dead in the water. Which definitely means 2 of these guys are really close to dead too. But that's neither here nor there. He's already shot. These 2 get to shoot. So obviously he's going to take the pop shot directly in front of this guy, and he's going to take the pop shot directly in front of this guy. So. Oh, excuse me, sorry. They're both going to use their light particle beam because why not? Hiya on the first one, 11 plus pluses definitely hits. Hiya on the second one, 19 plus pluses definitely hits. So both of these 2 take 3d6. Yep, 3d6. No criticals though, so that's nice. I mean, they'll probably do criticals with the damage, but whatever. He has he has shields. He has no shields. 10, 11. So he's gone because that was the one with 5 left, right? And then this guy. That's not a bad roll. 6 total. Loses his front arc and takes 3 points of damage. Doesn't go into the critical zone yet. Alright. Woo! That's all of our PPUs, because again I did them out of order because there's a lot of people. I'm just going to go through stuff. Back to engineering round. Engineer, would you like to do it in engineering, or would you like to save your shot for later?
Isn't it like negative?
Even if you what?
Isn't it like a negative if I do it?
Yes, technically all engineering or any other checks made in the engineering phase for the next 3 rounds, including this one, are at -2.
Is it still... They still at full health?
Yeah, no one's touched us yet.
How close are they to killing this dude right now?
He's slightly damaged, but we've ate through one of his shields, which is the big thing. So that means on his during this engineering section, he might have to give up his attack so he can repair his ship, and then he'll have to fly off. Because it's a single man fighter. They only have 1 people, right? They have. Sorry, they can have up to 2. They can have a gunner and a pilot. But that remains the same. They can either move or they can shoot. When you're a single pilot all by yourself, you get to move and shoot, and it's part of the same action, basically. But when you have a gunner, they can give up their action to do other things.
Okay, I'll see the weapon.
Okay, so you're saving for the weapon. So our buddy's gonna roll. He's gonna fail terribly. He no help at all, so we don't get any engineering help this round. Captain's gonna do another encouragement. Even with his negatives, that's still a pass. So he gives someone a +2 to their next check.
Weapons.
You want a gunnery upgrade? Gunnery, you get an extra +2 to hit. Use it well.
Woo!
And then
Where the hell were you last time, Captain?
He was.
I gave him another 2.
Well, so you can't use it. He only gets to pick 1 character to improve their rolls.
I tried to... Oh, dang, really? I thought I was going to do that.
Okay, like I said before, because we've been nailing on this guy, he is going to make a science officer check instead of doing guns. Woo! I rolled a 7. That I don't think is high enough because they don't get any pluses. Oh, they do. Alright, so engineering is a +8, so total of 15. Let's look at the balance ability really quick. See what happens. So we're not diverting, we are using balance. Here we go. Helm Phase, which is technically next, but whatever. Okay, so because I rolled it, we're gonna stick with it. But it's 10 plus 1.5, so they are 3 to 14. So yes, on his turn he'll be able to use the balance, which takes all of his remaining shields, which is a whopping 75, and redistribute them evenly amongst all the quadrants.
Side,
Just put my play down.
is it okay?
Yeah, who
Fine
cares?
with that.
Alright, he's not going to make any engineering checks. Our buddies are. 10 plus 10 is 20. They succeed. They are able to upgrade something. They are going to try and get guns on target at this point. So they're going to encourage their gunner. And then... Sorry, they're going to make sure at a minimum their weapons are upgraded. And then they're going to do a captain's action and trying to encourage their... Yep, their captain's a loser. Cannot encourage nobody. I don't think he's ever succeeded on that check. So that's their turn for engineering. Big chip engineering. Wow. Okay, they didn't do jack diddly. And then wow. Okay, their captain didn't do nothing either. They didn't do shit. All right, Helm Phase. So first, we're gonna start with the thing. So they balance their shields out, and then they're gonna move. Our officer, which is the AI, is going to target component, or try to target component. Lock on. Whoa, whopping, nothing. Trashed here. Oh, she didn't even have 6 ranks. Never mind. She can't lock on. That's not a thing. But she can target systems. So 5 plus 4 is 9. Actually, so I take that back. With the roll, she can do a target systems. So shoot to have sensor, which we do. What about that? The next attack made by your starship, if that hits, the enemy ship scores a critical hit on a natural 19 or 20. If that attack deals critical damage, it affects the chosen system. So we are aiming for this ship's power core, because why not? Hit him in the center. So, there's that. Now we get to do all the fun movement. So again, we're going to start with all these guys, our ally, us, big ship. So, they're just going to whoop, 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 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and just Shindeyu their way behind this guy. This ship's going to stay where it's at. This one's going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Target this way. This one's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and kind of just flippity flop around like that. Enemy ships. This one's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Shindeyu over here, though they do have to make a roll to see if they can do that slide. They cannot do that slide. Oh no, they gotta go in a straight line. So, except for they have good. So 5, 6, 7, 8. They end up facing that way. They're just the fuck out there for no good reason. That's so dumb.
Game period.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they actually can't do the 7, 8. Never mind. They Shindeyu just fine. Which is unfortunate because that's the one we're targeting. But then these guys are gonna go 1, 2, rotate 3, 4, 5, rotate 6, 7, and stop right there because they can't do any rams. Okay, that's their movement. Now it's our allies' turn, and they're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotate. Boop. And stop right there. But since they flew in a ship's zone of influence and flew out, that ship gets to make a free attack. They missed terribly. Doesn't matter. Us. Me, Piloty. So we have good things, so that means we can fly. We only have to fly one before we change directions. We're targeting this guy, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We say, hello! I see you have things called a death wish. No Shinde, my friends. Alright, and then this bad boy is just going to go, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and smash into this ship here doing its ram attack. It criticals.
Always rolling crit.
Sorry,
Obviously,
guys.
the dice isn't loaded.
1. I'm using different dice. 2.
All the dice are loaded.
1. Wow. Okay, so I rolled 1 above minimum damage. Oh, wait. Doesn't matter. They upgraded anything, so it's 2 for all of their rolls. So 8 points of damage directly to that ship. That ship goes... Because it already had enough damage from the other attack. No, I take that back. No. It had plenty. It's fine. Don't mind me.
And we destroyed one enemy ship yet.
That's not my fault.
Not my fault. Not my fault. The dice is loaded.
Not my fault. All right. So anyway, they ram, and now it's their turn. So they'll just fire the laser net directly at them, because they're at close range and they ignore the shields. Oh, so that is the advantage of being within close range of a ship, is you can avoid their shields if I remember correctly. Maybe, if I can remember. Yeah, I'll look that up in a minute. Don't mind me. Anyway, they fire their particle beam cannon, and they'll fire their something. Actually, they used all their stuff, so I'm gonna get 1 shot this round. So, net away. Well, if they had better AC, they might have lived through this. They do not, though. They take the particle beam to the chest with a 13. Sorry, not 13. Roll 13 plus their pluses. Oh, great roll. 10 points of damage to this thing's side, which takes away its 3 points of shields and does 7 damage, which is another critical threshold. I can find the other dot. There it is. In the 46 degree area. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. It's fine.
All right, Roger, I got to make a phone call. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, well, it's going to be your turn to roll soon, but okay.
Yeah, it's only take a minute.
Okay. So, that dude's sensors are busted. Or glitching,
Wow.
I should say. Okay, so after the big ship, is us. But, since he's on a phone call, I'm going to simulate other people, because it probably won't change too much. So, we're going to skip us and go to our big friends here. They have a forward shot at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they, well, except for these guys are way over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't hit. Okay, sweet. Orcs in this game are weird because we're on a hex board, but whatever. Pew 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 pew. They shoot. And they can fire their particle cannons, right? That's what they got? They got the particle cannons? Sorry, plasma cannons. Barely in range. But if they hit, it's a 2d12, so you know. That's nice. They get to hit a plus 7. Right? They rolled a 12, not even close. They pew and miss terribly.
These guys are loaded. We lose this encounter, period.
Look, man, I'm trying. The issue is these guys have a hella high DC. AC and target lock.
Every time you try to roll, you roll a crit.
That's the dice over here saying, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to do
Like I
this.
said, all loaded.
Loaded for the enemy. I'm rolling the same dice for both people, but I'm switching between the two. So it's not like just one's getting
And
the
they're
crits.
both loaded.
They're both loaded. All right, I'll believe it. Okay. So again, while we wait on our
I'm here.
other peeps. Oh, you're back. All right, perfect. You got easy peasy shot. He does have some shields back. Cause yeah, calculator right quick. 75 divided by 4, so they're rocking a whopping. We'll round down and give the shields the 2 front and back. So anyway, they're rocking 18 shields on the side again. But he's right in front of you. Rolled a hit.
I rolled 21 total.
21 total. So you hit a critical on a 19 and 20. Did you happen to roll a 19?
Yes.
So then you critical, which is important because that means you hit the thing because you rolled a critical and you'll hit critical threshold going through it. So you double the dice for your particle cannon, which is 66. Look at my hand. That's the one thing that is not great about this setup is unflattering skirt shots over here.
20, 24, 30. Wow, how about that?
Any ones?
Nope, I had it too.
No, it didn't matter. The engineer didn't help at all. Okay, so 30 total. So you eat through. Excuse me. You eat through his shields. They're gone again, and then you do 12 points of damage after that, which puts them at. They roll 2 more critical thresholds at this point. 72 and 21. Which I think stacks one of their things to malfunctioning. Sorry. Come on, I believe in you. Yeah, they're engines, so they're slowed. Down to malfunctioning at this point. And then 21 is a sensors. Their sensors are glitching. They don't have much health. You want engineer gunner who's there with us? Do you want to fire torpedoes at their face, or use the light plasma gun, or what are you thinking?
Fire.
Okay, fire the torpedoes. Roll to hit. Luckily for us, the torpedoes don't have a recharge, the type that we have.
Mm-hmm.
They're like Star Trek weapons. They're great. They're basically just energy balls being flung at high speeds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, roll to hit.
18 roll to hit without modifiers.
I was gonna say I need your total number. So your gunnery skill is noted somewhere.
Gunnery skill? What does that mean? What would that be?
You don't know what your gunnery skill is? Here, let me go back there and read it off really quick for you. So gunnery, to shoot, right? No, what about that? You can't broadside. You could fire at will. Don't forget, you can do the fire at will. That allows you to fire 2 of the ship's weapons, but at a -4 for both rolls.
Nope.
Just so you know. Excuse me, sorry. So Gunnery Checks is a 1d20 plus the gunner's base bonus attack, or the gunner's ranks and piloting skill. The plus the gunner's dexterity mod, plus the bonuses from computers and whatnot, which you guys don't get.
So what? Just ranks of piloting and dex?
Yep, and whatever you roll on the d20.
So 18 plus 5?
What's your piloting
23?
bonus?
Piloting bonus?
Yeah.
Is like the total or just the ranks?
No, total.
5.
What's the... Oh, sorry. Gunner's ranks in the pilot skill. My bad, not total. What's their ranks?
2.
Okay, so your base attack bonus is better anyway. So 3 plus your dex mod or whatever is 5, so you got a +5 to hit.
Yeah, then I rolled an 18 off the dice.
Okay, you hit. Man, one more, you would have had another critical on this guy.
No. Okay.
Alright, 2d8. If you roll well enough, he's dead. That's all I gotta say about this.
I rolled 8 damage total.
That was just enough.
I had to finish him off right there.
Okay. That's it.
One.
That's all our shots. We hit him twice and said.
That's one.
I'm not gonna roll the critical because you blew him up for health wise.
Wow.
Anyway, I also just realized with the critical that you hit him with, it was all supposed to go to his systems core. So he would have had 2 on his core systems. Which might have actually killed him first, but that's whatever. Or at least stranded him in space. We're done. Bad guys get to shoot at the back. They're going to hit our allies because they're within range 1. They hit like a mofo. That is 2d6. 5 whole points of damage sucked up by our ally shield, so I'm not going to worry about that. Alright, this guy ain't got a shot. No one in arc. Same. This guy can fire at this guy with missiles, so he will. 16 plus is hits. He does a whopping 2d8. You know, if I would leave that. No, I did the smart thing finally. Alright, 3 and a 3, so 6 points of damage. Doesn't go anywhere close to the dude's shields, but at least it hit. This guy can't hit that guy, but he can try and shoot the big ship with missiles, so he will. 16 plus 3 is 19. 19 misses. Jumping over to this guy, right next to him. Range, hello. Can't actually shoot him because he's technically aiming this way, and this dude's in a whole other square. Even though his butt's sticking out over here. Ignore that. Alright, so, pew 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 pew. That's all of our friends. All our friends shot. So, back to engineer phase. We only have one more phase of -2s. So, engineer helping us. Terrible. Captain trying to help. 19 minus his 2 plus his pluses. He's going to give the +2 to the robot because he really wants to do that lock-on again because that worked out well. Not doing anything. You know, I just realized. It didn't matter. We killed him before he got to shoot. We're good. It's like that guy that was here that flew behind him didn't have a shot because he took his turn to fix his ship. But it didn't matter. We blew him up. This guy is fine. He's not really worried about his stuff. He can make an engineering check, but I don't think he needs to. He's rather pilot and shoot. Big boys over here are going to save their captain's check to fire shots, but are going to make an engineering check to boost their weapons. They fail terribly. Alright. Helm turn. Dun 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 dun. Alright, so all our yahoos go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and turn. But leaving the square of influence gives them a free opportunity attack, which they missed. Alright, cool. And then these guys, he's going to not use his engines and instead going to do a targeting lock on this bad boy right here. Critical. He's locked on like a mofo. Of course, it's on that check, but whatever. He's targeting that ship's engines, trying to slow him down for us. Our bad boy right here, he's also going to do the same thing. Get that lock on. He failed terribly, though. This guy's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and rotate facing this way. He's going to try nothing because he moved. Someone's excited. Our turn. Robot's going to try and do a lock-on before I fly the ship around. Do we want it on the other small ship, or should we start fighting off the big guy?
Little ship.
Little ship. All right. Target lock on the little ship. We're going to try and hit its weapons array. Well, actually, 5 pluses with the +2. That's 10 total, and we need a 14. No, 5. 5 plus. We only need a 9. We're good. We got it. Barely. Okay. Bam. Locked on the weapons array. These guys have a thing that they can do as well. They haven't taken any major damage. So they're just going to lock on to this ship right here because, why not? They do so. They do so easily. Alright. I guess we should have moved first, but whatever. Our boys also need to do a thing. They just balance their shields, so the 3 points that they took last time is now distributed through the whole thing. So they aren't going to move because they don't want to get an opportunity shot from this Yahoo. Oh, actually, they're not within 1. Never mind. I take that back. They can move if they want to. 1, 2, 3, 4. The issue is they have poor maneuverability, so they have to move 4 before they. I'm going to rotate this shit. 4 before they can turn.
Sure.
And they're going to stop right there. Alright. Us. Again, that's slightly out of order, but whatever. Since we're going for the little ship, we just got to be within 5 to fire small guns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
First one. The one with X has to be left there.
Whatever.
The
Guns
first
we got
one. Oh, that's the one.
Now, as a side note, I could rotate us this way in the hopes to fire at the big ship with our big gun. And then we can still fire our small guns at this Yahoo. That's
Is
what
it out already?
As the pilot, that's what I'm telling you we're doing. Alright, that's our movement phase. Now these guys' movement phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they just ram into this guy, stopping their movement, but they smash. Go through the dude's shields. AC, yep. Got him. Not a crit or anything, but still painful. D4s, where'd you go?
Not great, but it still hurts.
Nope, 4 and 1, so 5 whole points of damage through their thing. They still had the majority of their stuff, so they're good to go. They did not cross a threshold, but they are not looking great. They are at half health, just so you guys know. This guy is untouched, and this guy is... You take damage?
Roughed
No,
up.
he has, these two haven't been touched yet. This dude's roughed up. This dude's roughed up. Yep. Okay. Now it's his turn, so he gets to shoot. So he can back shot our friends with the net, and then he can just shoot these guys in the front because they have the number and attack to do that. So heavy hyper cannon to the face. They miss. Well, actually, they might hit.
Brick.
They rolled a 4, but I gotta check their pluses to hit real quick.
Brick. They're bricks a lot.
They have a plus 11, so they have a 15, which just hits their AC. So never mind.
Oh.
That sucks.
You're kind of hyping me up and said bricks a
I
lot.
was so hyped too. I'm sorry. All right, 3d6 on this. All right, his shields are definitely gone, which they already were, and he takes 8. That's 12. The total is 12. 12 points of damage, plus the other damage he's already taken. Dude shoots at the back of our buddies with a laser net because he's within 5. Critically fails, so their weapons take a -2 as they are glitching currently. Actually, I take that back. Didn't they? They already failed shooting last round, didn't they? So their weapons array is taking malfunctioning, which means they have a -4 penalty to their shots. Would have saved our friends' lives had they not had that before. But it is what it is, I guess. Well, okay, I take that. Yeah, because the back shot should have had a -2 from last time, which it did. Didn't matter. I rolled a 1. Um, so the weapons in the back arc are the ones that are wrecked currently, because you only get to pick one arc for the ships to weapons arrays and whatnot. Anyway, our turn. So we can take a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's definitely within range for our big guns on the front if our gunner would like to shoot at the big ship. Or you could use one of the turrets to shoot the dude right next to us.
How much health do you think the big ship has? Marginally.
Considerably more than any of the other ships. Also has a ridiculous amount of shields. But I can't tell you the actual numbers because I literally failed every scan we've thrown at it.
I know. It's up to you, Dagger, because he's going to move us right into the front of that ship. You know what? I'll wait. I'm chilling.
Okay. OJ, it looks like you're doing math or something, but I need a roll to hit.
So let's we're hitting the big one. We're hitting the big guy.
If you want to, or you could use one of the turrets to shoot at this guy right here.
How is that guy hurt?
A little, but not much.
Well, let's blast the big guy, I guess.
Okay, taking shots at the big guy. Roll to hit.
20, 18, and 2.
Total?
Yeah.
That's... How do you only have a +2? Is your piloting skill just super low?
I thought that you told me. I thought you told me I had a +2 to hit.
Well, what's your dex bonus?
Zero.
Okay, and then what is your either base attack bonus or your ranks in piloting, whichever is higher?
What else the piloting? What?
Piloting is one of your skills. It's midway down.
Piloting. So 5. I'm piloting.
Is that total, or you have 5 ranks in piloting?
I have 5 ranks.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, definitely take that one because I think your base attack bonus at this point is only like what, a 4? Or a 3? BAB. It's being your weapon attacks.
It says 1.
Really, you're a fighter. You should be, or not a fighter, but a soldier. You should be way higher than that.
Oh, maybe we haven't pushed it up enough then. Because my melee attacks are like 10, the range attack 6, and thrown attacks are 10. So why is my base attack only 1?
Yeah, I think you didn't update the number on your sheet because at 3rd level, your base attack bonus is a +3. Your base attack bonus is equal to your level. The entire game. Just so you know.
So that puts it at 21. Plus,
yes.
Plus the 5, so that'd be 26.
26 hits, which is important. Yeah, because you get the 5 from your piloting skill ranks, and then your 0 from dex, so just a +5. You don't get the +2 though because no one encouraged you this round, right? Or did he?
I don't remember. Yeah, I think I was encouraged by that.
Okay, then you're good. Never mind. Don't mind me. You're encouraged. You got the +2, so you have a +7 to hit. You rolled an 18, so you got a 25. You only need a 24 to hit. At least with the cannon. So you do so. You hit. Roll damage. You guys are hitting him actually in a side quadrant, so that's important because they have considerably less health.
So D6 or D8 on that one?
Main gun, so 3d6.
So 5, 4, 3, so 12.
You 12 points of damage. It seems to be mostly soaked up by the shields.
Shocking.
I know. But that's the biggest hit the ship's taken so far, so. Alright, Engineer. They saved his turn. Would you like to also pew pew away?
Couldn't hurt.
Okay. Would you like to pew pew at the person we have target locked, or would you like to pew pew at the big ship? Your torpedoes can fire either way. Also, you can also
Target locked with the rocket.
Okay, so you're gonna shoot these guys right here. Sweet. Roll to hit against their target lock, which is considerably easier than the big ship.
6 + 5 is 11, right?
Yes.
Does that hit or no?
Not even close. So you fire a torpedo and it goes woo over their heads. You almost hit our friendly ship. What's up with that?
Well, man.
Alright, speaking of allied ships, this bad boy gets to pew pew away. And since this guy's within 5, that's what they're going to shoot. They get a +7 to hit. 14 + 7 is 21. Good roll, but not good enough. They should have shot that guy. They only have one gun, so they can only fire one shot at a time. So, after our friends is the other enemy, who's going to take the... does he shoot us, or does he shoot forward? There's a 50-50 shot here. Except for they didn't move. So they can... Actually, that's what they're going to do. They're going to actively fire at will and take a -4 penalty to both their shots. So they're going to shoot guns out the front and net at the back. So, guns out the front on these guys with a -4 puts them at 9 plus pluses. I think that might miss. Let's look. What's their plus to hit on these ships? Alright, here we go. Their gunner gives them a +7 to hit. So 7 + 9 is 16. 16 hits these guys, unfortunately. So they take a shot. Firing against us, because I'm going to roll them both at the same time. They rolled a 2. So they missed terribly. Even with their pluses. Because our AC is like at least a 12. Let's see, our AC total is 16, and our target lock total at the moment is 14. Just so you guys know. So pew pew shoots one. That's 36 up front, right? Yep. Oh man, 15 points of damage. Goes through the little bit of shields that these guys had and says, "Goodbye, friend." We're running out of friends.
We can tell.
So, the ship can hit him. This ship can hit him. Out of range on guns, so they got to use torpedoes. Same thing with that one. So, torpedo shots against the easy shot. 16 plus pluses hits. So they hit them in the back quadrant with a torpedo, which is good. They do a whopping 7 points of damage. Bad nothing. These guys on the big ship, I'm going to roll basically a crit to hit with them, but whatever. Nope, not even close. So, pew pew cry face later. They miss with their torpedoes. And we're running out of ships, so we're back to movement and all that fun stuff. So, engineering phase. Are you saving your thing, I assume?
Yeah, I'm using.
Okay, so you're going to do an engineering check?
Yep, engineering check.
You still have a -2 currently.
I thought we just lost -2. You said the last round was the last one.
This one is the last round.
It's subtracted and I have my pluses.
So it's a -2 to whatever you roll. Yeah. I guarantee though that your engineering check is way better than the Yahoo who is traveling with us.
So if I upgrade the weapon, what is 5% damage?
So if you divert power to the weapons, it just changes any 1s that we roll into 2s. So basically, it upgrades our minimum damage.
Have we taken any damage?
No, no one shot us yet.
I can go do damage.
Okay. Roll your check.
Check is 10 without pluses, and then 16 with pluses.
Okay. Is that including the -2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you pass. So the weapons now are upgraded. Our other engineer is going to take your spot as a gunner. You guys switch spots for a minute. So it doesn't matter for that.
Okay.
Captain's going to try and encourage our gunner. 9 pluses is not going to do it. Excuse me. Technically, he could be rolling his gunnery check. But since that's not a skill that he can roll, it doesn't matter.
Lol.
So, let's see what else we got. Anyways, and these guys are going to fly and not do anything fun. These guys are not doing anything fun. These guys are going to try and do engineering things to redivert their system for the damage they took. They do so. They recalibrate their shields. And on their captain's encouragement, they encourage their gunner, so their gunner will have a +2. So they'll be rocking a 11 to hit instead of a 9. Let's see what else. Big bad boy ship, engineering check. They are going to. They haven't taken any major damage. Wow, they failed their engineering check to divert power. And then their captain is going to save his turn so he can shoot. Alright, now the Helms check. Again, our little allies go first. So they're going to whooshity whooshity whoosh 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 and stop there and see where this guy goes. And this guy's going to boop 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 and basically have his buddies back. Enemy ship flies. Out of our range currently, so moves forward 1 and then can turn 2, 3, 4, 5 and just kind of flips 6 flips. There we go. Basically just does a woo loop. Changes directions. That's probably a terrible choice, but it gets both people in the arc. And then our allies go, and they are just going to slide because they are facing this way, right? They're facing this way, so they can just slide 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they're going to stay right there. But I got to make sure they can actually pull that maneuver off. They cannot, so let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and they're going to stop right there because they can't turn. Big boy shippity shop. Oh, sorry, they also get to do a thing. They're going to do a lock-on the big ship on the engines. They fail terribly. Our turn. Before the big ship here. We can't fly through allied squares without doing major stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Alright, so 1. I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to attempt to slide. I am a boss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Facing this way. I think I'm going to stop us there and call it good, because I think that's a relatively good position, hopefully. We'll see. And then I stop. Our ship is going to lock onto these guys just because they're closer. Hey, a good roll. They do it without any assistance or anything, so they get a lock. They're going to target a weapons array and see if they can knock out that back turret on our turn. Now these guys get to move. So 1, rotate, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They don't actually hit us. They're just point blank range. Actually, that's all they need. Never mind, I take that back. So with their 1 movement and their stuff, they do provoke an opportunity attack from our friends here, so they get a free pew pew. 13 plus pluses plus 11 is 24 hits. Barely. They hit them by 1. So I'll take it. Laser cannons to the front, which I believe is a 2d12. I don't think we've seen these ones yet. Light plasma cannons is 2d12. Sweet. Woo! Good action. Well, an 11 and a 2. Could be better. 13 points of damage to the... What arc was that? Side arc, so aft arc. Port, starboard? Port. It's port arc. The other damage they took was on their other one. Anyway, they run to hit us, roll their AC. They got us. They got us good. We take a critical to the face. 4, 1, 2, 4. So that's 8, 10, 11 points of damage to our front. We don't get shields. It goes all the way through. So we take actual hull points of 11. Where is my thing? Oh, and what is our... Critical threshold is 14, though, so we don't take a critical, except for the critical that they got for running into us. Need a pencil, and it has disappeared on me. Why do the pencils always leave me? Boom, 66, which is... I think weapons, right? Nope, engines. Somehow, running into our fronts messed up our engines. We have a -2 to all related checks to the engines. Seriously, I have a whole bunch of pencils, and they have abandoned me. Whatever. Just remember we're already at 11 damage. Someone remember that. Anyway, we take that. Again, our shields are still technically there, but because they're point-blank range, they've run into us. Shields won't matter at all for either of us. We're touching. Next is their turn. They get to shoot. They're gonna let it rip because they're gonna use their actual gun that they have and then their big gun. Because why not? So, shot number 1 with the big gun. 17 plus hits. We take 3d6 points of damage from that. We take 12 more points of damage. And then, so that's 1 critical threshold hit. And then our other shot is just oh, it's a turret, right? So it's a 360 arc. Okay, and then they're gonna try and hit us with the messed up thing, which has a -4 to hit currently. The rolls a 6 plus their 11 is 17. Would hit us, except for they have a -4, so it misses. So, yeah, that hurt. Our critical that we took from the shot, though, is a whopping... That's not a dice I meant to roll. 64. So, our engines have 2 criticals. They have a -4. Engineer, on your turn, you're going to need to do some new actions that you haven't done before. To get the engines back to working, because currently we have a -4 to our speed, I believe. So with engines, conditions apply to all pilot actions. So I take that back. I have a -4 to all my checks.
Do we have to fix the engines?
Yes. Preferably in the near future. But not right now. Now it's time to pew away. Because we're past the engineering phase. You can't go back to it. You have to wait till the
gun time.
Gun time. So, all guns on this dude. We're within 1, so we bypass his shields.
Ooh.
Because he decided to ram us with touching just away.
Are we ready?
Yeah, please.
$25.
I'll take it. Is what roll is that for you? Is that a 19 or a 20 by chance?
Yes.
Okay, that's important because we're going through his criticals, and that's a crit for you. Remember, target's locked on.
Oh, yeah.
And we're targeting.
All right, critical.
All right, roll 3d6. Sorry, 66.
Eight.
Again,
12.
criticals in space are just dumb because you get crits for hitting thresholds. You also get crits for rolling crits.
23, Roger.
23 points of damage. Were any of those ones?
No, what? Add a
Okay.
2.
All right, that's fine. I just got to check and make sure. So 20. How many? Sorry,
23.
23. So remember, you're firing no shields on him currently. So that's a major damage. That's 2 criticals plus your critical that you already got. And we focus fired his guns. So he takes 1 to finish off his back arc and 2 on his front arc. So his front arc guns are now taking a -4 to attack. And his turret is gone. So that was great. Good job. Heck yeah. They might have goofed us up in the engines, but we said your weapons are useless. Pop, 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 pop. Okay.
Do you have any friends left before that?
So our handy dandy engineer said he was saving his turn. So handy dandy engineer.
Me?
Yes, you. Are you gonna fire the guns? Or are you gonna fire a torpedo at point blank range? Actually, I am gonna impose a rule just for generic combat. If you're at point blank range, you cannot fire torpedoes because the explosion will hit you.
Gun moment. Gun moment.
So you can technically, but because they are explosive, you will also take damage on your own ship.
No, gun moment.
Okay, gun moment. Switching to the little guns on top with the turret. Pew pew away. Roll to hit.
18 plus 18 plus 5?
How much?
18 plus 5, 23.
23. That is super unfortunate. Trying to think of anything that would give you any kind of extra bonuses. Because you were not technically encouraged. We do have a lock on, but that only changes the crit from a 19 to a 20, or the other way around. Your point blank range, so that doesn't give any pluses.
So basically, I just miss.
You just miss at point blank range, yeah. Well, not that you miss. It's that the armor or the shields or something gets in the way of the shot. So you pew pew and it just goes over the bow or something. The angle's bad. Happens.
Yeah.
That's your turn.
No gun time.
No gun time indeed.
I'm happy no gun time.
That's all, I think, for us. And then our allies get to go. So this dude has shots within 5. He'll take the pew pew. Critical fail! Alright, his weapons take a glitching effect. They have a -2 currently. All the ones is front arc, which is only one of his guns. This guy has 0 shots at anything, so he's useless. Because even his torpedoes are front arc stuff. Way to not turn another 36 degrees. Anyway, this guy, though, got shots. He's going to pew-pew away at this guy. So he is hitting in the starboard side. Maybe, if he hits. He does not! There's another one, baby! Woo! His weapons are now double glitching. They're wrecked. They have a -4 to hit. That's rough. This guy doesn't have any good shots. So back to movement and engineering and all that fun stuff. So, starting with us, because that's how we've been doing it. Engineer, sir.
Yep.
You can take some actions here that are actually helpful. So we have divert, which heals our shields, which would be nice because shields. There's the hold it together. You can hold one system together by constantly patching and modifying it. If you make an engineering check of 15 plus your ship's, 1 point or whatever. It's 4. So a total of 19 DC check. You can select one system. That system is treated as if critical damage conditions were 2 steps less severe than they are for the rest of the round. Wreck becomes glitching, malfunction, yada yada. This check isn't modified by penalties from critical damage to the power core, except for to the power core. There's patch. The number of action badly system damage. Okay, so
what else?
I'm looking here. Sorry. So, our engines are malfunctioning currently, so we have to do 2 patch actions to actually get it back to full.
Okay.
So you and the other engineer could both take your action to try and patch this thing for it to be repaired.
Gotcha.
But the thing with doing patches is it is treated as 1 step less severe for the remainder of combat until 1 hour has passed or until the system has taken another critical damage, which removes the patch and applies the new severity. This action can be taken more than once per round, and this check is not modified by any critical. Okay, anyway, so if you guys do 2 patches to a malfunctioning thing, it then goes down to glitching, and you have to go from there.
Okay.
So the other engineer is going to try a patch regardless of what you do. 9 plus pluses. He succeeds barely. He rolled a 14 total, which is what he needs for this. Right? Because it is... No, I'm sorry. He needs a 19 to patch the ship currently, so he failed. So you also
Failed too. It's 10 plus 6 for my engineer.
Okay, it is what it is. You tried, didn't get it. That just means our engines have a -4. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I don't want to deal with wrecked engines, so it's engineering phase, big enemy. They're gonna try and do the same thing, but they only have 1 engineer, so patch it up, baby. Yeah, okay, so they patched it. One of their 2 needed patches to fix one of their weapons arrays is getting there.
Blasted. Ow.
Their captain is also going to try and patch. He rolls a 17, but his stuff's quite a bit lower. I say
Does
quite a
he
bit,
patch?
but it's really... How does he patch? He just does.
Does he patch?
He does. He rolls a 30. Alright, so their weapons array...
30? What?
Yeah, he has a plus 13, and he rolled a 17. Anyway, Captain takes his time to repair the thing, so that's 2 patches, which means they're now upgraded from from malfunctioning to glitching, which means they have a -2 on all their forward attack rolls. These guys over here, they're going to divert to their weapons. They rolled an 18, they do so. They're going to try to encourage their science officers so they can get a target lock. They fail terribly. Good. I tell you, their captain is useless, man. Oh my goodness, that dude does not do anything.
Loaded dice. That's all I gotta say.
No, they've done good besides that. Alright, these guys obviously aren't doing
We had
anything
the same
until
problem
movement.
last time we played.
Lies and slander. Okay, movement. Again, we're going to start with our Yahoos here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to loop around a friend here. This dude's going to attempt a flyby. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and flip. So attempting the flyby, he succeeds. So what that means is on the gunning turn, they get to act like they're right next to him, regardless of where they fly off to. And they don't get attacked. So that's those 2 guys. Now this guy gets to go. And he's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rotate to here. And then our turn, or the friend's turn, they are not going to, well, because they're facing this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, rotate. I mean, they could technically rotate anywhere, but this one they got someone on target for sure who's, I think, in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, okay. And then they're going to try and use their thing to do a lock on, and they're going to lock onto this ship's, or the, what do you think, big ship or little ship?
Well, the little ship's probably going to be gone because our two friends are going to shoot on them, right?
No, well, one of them is. The other one doesn't have a shot again. This new over here has been useless for shooting. They're going for the little ship with the target lock that they need. They got it. Good job, lady. They've locked the power core on that ship. And then, for us, I have a -4 to my stuff currently. So, I'm going to attempt a flyby. I'm going to succeed, even with the -4. 28 is way over what I need. So, 1, 2, turn, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn, 7, 8, turn, 9, 10, turn. That's where we're going to end up and see how it goes. That's me. That's all I can do. Alright, these guys with their guns and all that other fun stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, see that right there? They are taking off. They are going. They're trying to escape. Pew pews. They didn't hit anybody, obviously, so they don't get to do much of anything. And they have no back guns because we destroyed their turret, so they don't have any shots. It then goes to us, who get to treat it as if they were within close range for our shot. So you can use the big guns if you want to.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
All right, roll to hit. Their shields on their back though are full, so. Oh, he disappeared. He white screened on us.
So 25, he had 19 and 5.
Okay, we had a target lock on them for their weapons array, so you hit with a crit. Roll damage, double dice, all that fun stuff. 66.
5, 6, 11, 3 is 14, 5 is 19, 3 is 22, and 6 is 28.
28. Well, if you had hit through their shields, like if we were right next to them, it would have been perfect. Unfortunately, that is not the case. But you do a ton of damage to their port shields. Or, sorry, their aft shields. Yeah. Good shot. Engineer did your turn, so we don't actually get another shot, unfortunately. Oh. Ooh, excuse me. So, that's us. Our friends are going to shoot at those guys. 11 plus his hits. They take a shot to the front for a whopping 2d12. 11. Woohoo! Ooh, hey, come back. And a 6. So a total of 17 points damage to these guys in their front shields, which I think... that's the wrong stat. They do not have 80 shields, I promise. So, they're 17, plus the stuff they've already taken, goes through the shields, but only by a little bit. So, they're fine. They didn't cause any critical stuff, so nothing crazy happens there. But they don't have any shields in the front. They got super weak shields in the back. and on the side. The only one that hasn't been touched is the starboard. And then our allies. This guy has no shot, so F that guy. And this guy gonna shoot his torpedoes at that one because that's the only shot he got from downtown. Misses terribly, so it doesn't matter. And then this guy gets to shoot. He can shoot back or he can shoot forward. He's going to shoot at us because why not? I'm sorry, they cannot shoot at us because they do. Nope, don't listen to me. 16 plus pluses definitely hits. We take 2d6. Ooh, 11 points of damage. That's rough. To our, I'd say that's our forward shields, which are now non-existent. Yeah, because we only have 30 shields total, and we already took damage to the front, so we take a couple more hits after that too. So we're at actual damage. We have no shields in the front. It's going bad. It's going real bad. So that's all the shots that can be taken. Everyone's turns have been had. Engineering phase. Engineer. Our ally engineer is going to try and patch that system. He rolled a 19 plus pluses, so he gets it. So we have one of the two patches needed to slightly fix our engines. Jackie. Hello. Jackie? If you're talking, I can't hear you. For those of you watching on Twitch, give us a second. Sorry, apparently we're a little behind. Is it just me? What's going on here? RJ, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so it's not me. Okay, well, since Jackie is not here, we'll have him roll or do stuff later. I don't know what happened to him. But, let's see. Friends and enemies and all that fun stuff. Alright, so, enemies are going to try and divide what's left of their shields. They fail! Wow, that's a really bad roll. Guys aren't moving. The captain is also going to try. Oh man, should they try to do a patch? I guess is the question. Yeah, they'll take a. The captain's going to do a patch because he's got such good engineering stuff. He succeeds. Yeah, he succeeds, which fixes. Their front guns are now no longer glitching or anything new. Let's see. And then our buddies over here gonna roll a target lock on this guy. No, except it's not a target lock. They're gonna divert power, I guess. Sorry, and give their skinny person a +2. Skinny person won't matter because those are whatever. Other phases, movement, all that fun stuff. So we're going to start with our ally. They miss terribly on that. And then they'll just get to move and whatnot on the turn. Our scan, we're going to try and lock onto the thing. Target lock. Terrible roll. AI over here just freaking out for no good reason. And then big enemy ship is going to try to do the balancing thing, which I already rolled, which they failed terribly. So, yeah, no. I'll take 2 twos for that. That's good. That's good stuff. So they're there. Well, movement, I guess. So these yahoos are gonna rotate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stop. He did those slides. I'm gonna roll for that. He's fine. So, who's next? Our ship here is going to go after this guy. This guy's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rotate 8. Rotate. Luckily they get good turning, so they can move. There you go. They're behind both those guys, which so good, so great. And then our big ship's gonna be like, oh, you moved there? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, flippity flop all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, rotate. So dumb. And then, oh wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Technically, we'll fly off the board because we're going to be chasing these guys. These guys are going to drop 11 away from us, which is still within range of some of our weapons, but once they get past our weapon range, we can't take shots at them anymore. So if we are at whatever, and then these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 currently, they move 12, so they will be out of range for both of these two starfighters currently. So they're going to be their own separate little combat, whereas we're chasing behind them by quite a bit. So I'm going to move us over here so we are within the thing. So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because they can move 12, and we were technically 3. 2. We had 3 more movements, so we were right next to them or whatever when they took off. So as they're running away, they are at 9, so we get 1 regular shot at this point. They're going for it. Shots. They can't shoot behind them still because they repaired their front guns. So then it's our turn. Engineer and Gunner.
Engineer first or gunner first?
Well, the engineer still hasn't replied, so I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go then. Here we go. Oh, hey, a critical and 6 of 26.
Okay, yeah, sweet. We had their what do we have locked for them? Nothing, because she rolled trash tier. Never mind. But you actually got a critical, so yay! But we get to roll and see what it gets. Also, they redid their shields. So I got to do some math on there because they had 200 minus 28 minus 12. Oh, okay, that's really funny. It adds up to 160. So they just redid their shields basically, and it's 40 across the board.
Also, we can't really hurt them at this point.
Well, we can, but we're gonna have to do some other actions on our turns to do so, because our rockets have a range of 20, so we have basically, I don't know, 10 turns before they outrun us, because we have a speed of 11, they have a speed of 12, so they can move 1 square further than us a turn, which we can go into chase mechanics. Because this is an appropriate time for a chase, especially because all the other side yahoos are going to be on their own thing. But regardless, it's 3 or 66.
Oh, 6, 10, 14, 19, 22, 27, 32.
Wow, good.
Only one shitty roll.
That's hey, whatever. You didn't get through their shields, but that's some serious damage. And you still do a critical because you actually rolled a crit. So, sorry, I was looking for something really quick. Okay. We got him in the weapons array again. So yeah, they take another crit to the weapons array, which puts their super fancy fixed guns back on glitching. Oh, there he is. Engineer, would you like to take a shot?
Roger, they were glitchy. Now they're wrecked or whatever.
No, they took a patch this round, so they patched them up because they were already
They patched their shields and their weapons.
Yeah, so the engineer made a check and failed. The captain gave up his action so he could do an engineering check to patch the glitched guns on the front. And then their science officer made the shield readjustment called balance. And then they had their gunner, but the gunner's being useless currently because, no guns are working. Not in the right direction, at least. Okay, let's jump over these guys really quick. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So these guys, I lied, are technically still in range. Barely. They are at max range with their guns. So I'm going to have them roll really quick because that's the only people they can shoot at anyway. Missed terribly. And missed terribly because, they need a critical to hit with their rockets. Our allies here shooting at these guys before they shoot. Roll the 2, baby! They miss. And then, bad guys get to pew pew away. From the back, 11 plus pluses is an 18. 18 hits. Oh, excuse me. 36 on the back. 12 points of damage, which eats to that dude's shields and does 11 more points of damage because they only have 1 on their aft. So this dude takes some crits and is no longer untouched. His weapons are goofed up. So, that's all that. Back to engineering phase, starting with us. Our handy-dandy onboard engineer is going to take a roly roll and fail terribly. Engineer, would you like to make a roll now or save it for guns?
Saving it for guns.
Okay. Now, as a side question, I'm going to see if there's a piloting skill that lets me, improve my speed a bit. That would actually keep us in range of our guns, is if you did an engineering check to give us a +2 to our speed. Which is probably what the other engineer should have done, but whatever.
You know what? Wait, I'll do the +2 engineering check.
Okay, roll. Make a diversion check, which you only need a 14.
Nat 20.
Got it. Okay, so Nat 20 unfortunately doesn't do anything special for engineering checks, but you did really good, and I appreciate you. I, as a DM, am going to award an extra 1 to the speed, because why not? So we now have a 13 speed instead of a 10 speed, which means we can technically catch up to these guys unless they do something similar, which they did not. Not that you guys know that. Okay, whatever. Cool. So, That's yours. Captain. Captain's gonna be like, you shoot that son gun with a 19. Woo! You got that +2 for sure. Your enemy ship. They get to do their engineering checks. They're gonna try and fix their back gun, but that's gonna be like near impossible. Nope. And Captain's gonna take his turn to do the same thing. Nope. Even with his pluses, wasn't even close. And then, actually it was close. It was only like 2 off, but whatever. These guys are going over here. They don't need to do anything, so they'll revert to their guns. They fail terribly as a diversion, and then they're going to take a hiya. Captain's still useless. Alright, movement phase. Again, we're keeping the same order we've been going. So R2 Yahoos get to move first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and flip. This dude's gonna stand still and just let it ride. Instead, he's gonna take a divert check and try and get those shields back, because he needs that one. He fails terribly because he's dumb. And then enemy ship's gonna fly through this guy. Gonna try and do a flyby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 8. So you can go here and just whoop. There you go. That guy's gonna have a bad day. Flyby. Flyby fails, so these guys get a free attack as they fly through them. They hit. They hit. Nice, 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 nice. Which is 2d6. So, sorry. I think I'd have this memorized, but like 6 ships is a lot. Yeah, 2d4. I was right. Okay. So, as that ship flies by, they take 3 points of damage. To this guy. Which will at least finish off his aft shields. Anyway, he's done. Ally gets to go. They're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Target lock if they can. They can. They're target lock. They're targeting this dude's power core if they actually hit. Jumping over to us. We're gonna try and target lock before we move. We do so. 9 plus pluses is more than we need. Actually, I take that back because she only gets a +2 with a -2. So no, never mind. Target lock failed. What was our computer at? I might have been this wrong for a while. M1 tried no. Yeah, okay. So she can affect up to 3 systems, which I definitely been rolling wrong, but whatever. Movement. So, assuming that they are running at full speed, avoiding asteroids and all that fun stuff to the best of their ability, they are only going to be able to move 11. I'm not going to move them on the board because there's not that much space. Us, on the other hand, have a movement speed of 12, which means we can move 2 squares closer. Does that affect us much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. No, but we're within range of all of our big guns. So, we don't have them target locked, but we do have everything else. Pewty, Chooty, Nice and Shooty, they can't shoot us because they still haven't fixed their back guns. So, it's on us. RJ in the gunner spot, you have the +2, so you should have a total of +7 to hit.
Hold on a second, my dice.
Okay. Also, we are not locked on, so criticals are just 20s now.
Okay.
$18 total.
Total. That's high tier unfortunate. You miss.
Yep.
Alright, let's see. Oh, they didn't even do that one. That was a bad choice on their part. Anyway, our allies get to do shots. Obviously, these guys are out of range at this point, so they're kind of on their own separate fight. This guy can't do jack diddly because he ain't got no shots. He's just going to take it. This guy, though, does have shots, but they're torpedo shots. So, target lock. Critical! Actual critical. And they, oh, no, that's the other ship. But, regardless, 2d8 turns into 48. If I can find the d8s there. 8 total plus 5 total. So 13 points of damage through that guy's shield. So that needs out of the shields at this point. And then take some actual damage, which will put it in the threshold. So he takes 2 critical things. Let's see how that goes. 16, that's life support. Well, actually, just above life support. And 25. So, well, both of those are sensors. This dude has no sensors. They're gone, they're wrecked, he's having a bad day. Okay, and then our ally gets to take shots, which they do have a called shot. If they could get a crit here, that'd be great. They roll 19, 20, plus pluses, yada, 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 yada. 18, son of a gun. They at least hit, though. And since that dude has no shields, it's straight up FU. Detail here. Ooh, hey. Oh, double nat ones. And the one time, well, actually we diverted, so they're 2s at least, which gives them a plus 4 extra damage, which goes through, which will activate 1 crit, which they called out already, is their power core, which means all systems take a negative 2, because it's glitching. Wow, that's all engineering actions. That's rough. Alright, next on the docket is that guy who's shooting him in the side. Let's roll damage. Actually, first. Critical. Wow, okay, just crit it up. I'm going to tell you now that this guy didn't have a chance. I'm not even going to roll for damage because we're doing too much. Too much indeed. Alright. Next. Top of the order, top of the round, all that fun stuff. So engineering, starting with us. What do we want to do? Again, the +2, if we don't do the +2 to speed, we will fall back at least 1 square. If we do the +2 to speed, even if they boost it by 1, we'll at least only fall back by 1 square.
I'll go for the boost.
Okay. Do you want you to do it, or do you want the other engineer to do it? 'Cause the other engineer
I'll do it. The engineer can try to patch.
Okay. Engineer's going to try to patch. Go ahead and roll your roll. He fails to patch.
18 plus pluses.
Okay. You got it. Sweet. So we got a +2 speed, so we're rocking 13. Enemy ship. Their engineer, at this point, is going to divert to shields. And succeed. So they gain a whopping 5% of their total health back in shields, which is... Right? That's how that works. Divert. Depends on your size. Restore shield points equal to 5% of the PCU rating of the ship's power core. Okay, so that means it's slightly different than the actual total shield amount. So their PCU for this ship is 75. So 5% of 75 is a whopping what's 10? 10% would be 7.5. So half that, rounded down. So 3.
3 3/4.
Wow, that's bad. That's like nothing. They get 3 of their shields back to that goofed up back pocket. They're probably going to recharge all of them in a second, because that would be dumb. Captain. Captain did the thing. So, our friends in the corner over there, they're going to lock on guns. They succeed on getting their guns bumped up. And that's all they're doing. Captain, I guess Captain's gonna try and encourage the gunner to hit somebody. Captain continues to not roll above a 10. The enemies aren't doing anything special. Movement phase, all that fun stuff. So locking on, movement, all that fun stuff. So they're obviously locking on to them. They do so! Alright, so they're target locked in their power core again. Us on the enemy ship with the AI. The AI runs a 15 plus pluses, actually does it all by yourself without any help. That's nice. Locked on, and then the sorry, right over here not working. Big guys, they're gonna try and balance their shields. Oh, 10 plus their thing of a lot. It's probably gonna get past the 29 that they need. Let's look. That's the wrong ship. Scroll. Let's see here. So they. Oh, I did that wrong. Whoopsie. Whatever. It's modified ship. Anyway, they missed. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's it for that, and then we got movements. So we got what weapon system is the AI locked onto? I'm thinking power core or engines. I'd say power core. Let's talk about the power core.
Okay.
Anyway, pews away. Movement. So they failed on their check to divert stuff, and their captain had to do stuff to get their shields back, which wasn't that much. And then I just looked at the stats, and they don't actually have a science officer, so I've been doing that for free, or letting the captain have an extra action, because I'm dumb. But anyway, we move forward to 1-2, which changes our weapons slightly. We can now use our light laser cannons as well as our big stuff. So if you guys want to use the fire at will action to take the -4 to yada yada yada, you can do so. I wouldn't suggest it, but you can do it. And then shoot, shots, all that fun stuff. Roll to hit.
Here we go. Oh, hey, critical. Awesome. So 25 with a crit.
All right, 25. They're dead. So 25 with a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's at least one for their power core, but that's besides the point. Roll damage 3d6 or 6d6.
2, 5, 7, 13, 19, 23, 26.
26. All right. So even with their slightly increased shields from before, their back shields are gone, and they take what they have left. So 12. So 14 points of damage, which it's not one but 2 more criticals, giving you 3 total for this round. You have them target locked at their power core. You have wrecked their power core. You see their ship lose power and start floating into space. No engines, no guns, lights off.
Can someone please start putting some photon torpedoes in their ass? Park them in their lunch.
Well, I mean, they have a nice ship. It might be worth salvaging. But the fight's not over. Just because they're disabled, I'm going to leave them there. But we have our friends and this guy over here. Because remember, our big job is keeping these guys safe. So if they get blown up, we lose lots of money. Not that they're really in danger, but whatever. Pew, they get to shoot first. 11 plus... they got things, so it's actually 22. Aces them. Got them. Good. Which is 2d12. 15 points of damage. Again, they don't have shields, so they are hanging on by like 1 hit point. I'm 100% serious right now. That's great. That's real good. But they, with the 15 points of damage, that actually might do 2 criticals, and they've already taken 1 to their power core. So... there's 7. So 15 does 2 more at a minimum. And since they're target lock, boom, critical, bop, bop, 2 levels to the, whatchamacallit, they have a bad day. They are also disabled, floating in space. Yeah. So, nice, good job. Combat's over. At least that combat. So you have choices here as player characters slash just people of the world. You have at least 7 pirates in your 6 pirates? 6 pirates. At least 6 pirates in your possession currently. Their ships are floating through space. It would take not but a missile or 2 to blow up their ships, because they have A, no shields, and B, they're already severely damaged. Though you guys took a decent amount of damage too, though we have 70 health, so our health is really good. It's just our shields are trashed here. So, that being said, talked about, whatever. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to try and board the ships, or blow them up, or what do you want to do? Yoski would like to...
I want to board them.
I was going to say, Yoski definitely votes for, let's board them up and capture these guys by hand, because we got some questions to do, if I remember correctly. But, on that note, it'll probably be a fight. They might be injured or something along those lines, but they will probably fight us to, at least unconsciousness. What about the other ship, though? The one that's the patrol ship and whatnot picked up? Do you guys have any messages to send to your friends like, blow it up or capture the people on the inside? They will be considerably easier to capture. And if you guys remember, we're not super far from the Station 3. But Station 3 did suffer some massive damage. So... thoughts, opinions?
I'm sorry, what?
The other ship, the small ship. Do you guys care what happens to it? Do you want the patrol craft to try to capture the 2 pirates in there and bring them back to the base? What's the thought?
I don't really care about that little ship.
So, in your opinion, you'd like to just pew away? It explodes and it's a good day? Like...
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay, then kaboom! They do so. They just ace it out of the air. That seems to be quite a bit of revenge. You probably don't actually get the shot off or a comms off to be like, hey, just blow them up. They do it without even worrying about it, kind of thing. So...
We're going over to board tonight, or are we going to hold that for next session?
So, that was what I was going to ask you guys. It is 8:30, basically. We've been running for 3.5 hours, which is considerably longer than usual. Do you guys want to wrap it early tonight, or wait? Because I honestly, boarding the ship is going to be a combat slash more combat-y roleplay stuff. I'd like to have our other member there, but what do you guys think? Jackie?
Yeah, I mean, I can totally see Neat Riley.
Okay, so we'll call it here for playing for tonight and wrap it up as we have landed on the ship and we'll be boarding it and go from there. The thing we do get to deal with is XP. Because you guys might technically level up. Let's find out. Alright, so. Yeah, excuse me, sorry. So. Alright, so. Our squad was fighting a CR8, right? Was the enemy's value basically. And our squad had 7 plus 3, so 10. So technically, that was an average fight. Does that feel pretty average to you guys? So, about that. So CR8 encounter basically with including all that fun stuff. So, 390. Starships. Okay, so an average fight here means because we're 3, 9. So it's actually, oh hey, hold up, I lied. It wasn't a 2, it was a 1. Right. So it's a challenge. Sorry, so I will reframe that. That was a challenging encounter. I was counting this as a 4, not a whatever. So average party level +1. So we are looking at a CR4. That would make sense. Oh, okay, I guess. So we're looking at CR4. So that's saying we would all get 400 experience points each after everything was divided up for that combat. Sound right to you guys? Because that seems like that feels real low to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our average party level currently is 3, right? Huh. Okay, yeah, so everything's said and done, since there was 3 of us playing tonight, we will get 400 experience each. Is that enough to level us up just from that?
Okay, so I had
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, it will. That by itself, without roleplay experience, will level us up to level 4. So, we'll do some leveling up in a second. But, I also got to give you some extra XP just from us playing and whatnot. So, excuse me, my nose. We've been playing for 3.5 hours. And we're at level below 5, so we're getting 25 XP an hour. Just to make life easy peasy lemon squeezy, I'm going to give you that extra half hour. And you guys will have an extra 100 experience. So everyone's getting 500 experience points to their total, which should put our new total at 62,000. Right? Sorry, 6,200. 62,000. Jeez. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Sweet.
Oh, hold on. Totally better.
I will text that in the thing level, the subscriber area later. Again, my
what's the next logo, Rob?
Next level goal is. Sorry,
8,085.
Level 5 is 10,000 experience points. So yeah, 4,000. So 10 more of those fights will level us up to level 5. Alright, speaking of characters and whatnot, let's go through. When you guys are ready, let me know when you want what you get for what level you're at. Okay, I'll just let that down for a second because again, I gotta find a pencil. I don't know where mine went to.
What level are we supposed to be at, Roger?
Level 3. We're going to level 4.
Okay.
No sharpened pencils in here. That seems wacky.
So our hit points go up by is it a set amount?
Yeah, it's whatever your class does per level, which I can look up for in a second as soon as I find a silly pencil to write stuff down with. Aha! Is it sharpened though? Come here, believe in you. It is. Wow. Look at that. It's all hairy and gross too. All right. So, who would like to start with their leveling fun? So the first thing you guys all get is the 11 or whatever skill points that you guys get for leveling up. We'll get some kind of fun power from our classes. Obviously, we get hit points and stamina points. Yeah. So, who wants help first? Because it's been a while.
Well, hit points for me.
Okay, so let's go. You are a soldier, not a fighter. So, oh no, that's Solarian. Which I will need, but not right now. Alright, soldier, level 4. So you get 7 HP increase, and then you get to add 7 plus your constitution modifier and stamina points.
Okay, so...
Also, I think you have a feat, if I remember correctly, that gives you extra stamina points, right? You took resolve or results or something like that. That gives you like a +1 per level.
Oh, toughness plus 1 to stamina per level.
Gotcha. So don't forget that.
And then what's the Die Hard feat? I can't remember that.
If you get knocked down, when you spend your resolve point, you can stand right back up, and it doesn't take a round for you to start doing things again. So 4th level, your base attack bonus turns to a +4. So make sure you change all your weapons to a +4. Your fortitude and will saves both increase by 1. And you gain a combat feat. So you get to pick a new feat too. Don't you fancy?
I'm gonna put that in my notes. Pick a what kind of feat?
It has to be a combat feat.
Okay. And the fortitude will go by 2. You said?
No, they go up to a +4 instead of a +3. And you could take like cleave. Cleave's a pretty good feat. You can strike 2 adjacent foes with a single swing. As a standard action, you can make melee attack against a foe within reach. If you hit, you deal damage normally. You can make additional melee attack using your full base attack bonus against a foe that is adjacent to the first, also within reach. You can make only 1 additional attack per round with this feat. When you use this feat, you take a -2 penalty to your armor class until the start of the next turn. Dots? No idea? Alright. Jackie. Jackie. Okay, well, while he's off doing whatever, I will upgrade mine so I get +6 to my HP. So that puts me at a whopping 28. Woohoo! Also, don't forget, I believe your resolve points should go up this level because we are now level 4s.
So what do the results go to?
It's your Constitution bonus plus half your level. Is that how right? Let me make sure. Half your level rounded down. Starship speeds.
That's how much it increases, or that's how much the total should be?
Total. So calculating resolve points. So it's the number of resolve points is equal to half your character level plus the modifier of your key ability score.
Okay, so that should go to 6 then. Okay.
Alright, so my max is my deck, so I get a 3. Yep, so I'm up to a whopping 5. And then for this, con bonus is also +3. So 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 27 is 38. Jackie, I heard giggling. Are you alive over there? Apparently not. But that's okay.
All right, Rod. I'm gonna sign off.
Okay, well, that works for me. I hope you all have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Yeah, talk to you later.